Hey, Marco, are you ready to start the show?
You know, I have a question. At what point do we just stop putting on compression socks and compression sleeves and compression shorts and compression and just get a whole compression bodysuit? That's it. Like, at what age is that acceptable at this point?
Are you staying at a nursing home?
Dude, I'm telling you, they got to just come up with one until I get my cyborg parts, at least. That's what they need. But yeah, I'm ready to go.
Well, roll the thing.
Oh, wait. The guy that rolls the thing usually isn't here. So we're not ready to roll the thing. Yeah, let's roll the thing. No, Pete is with Little Pete, and they're doing stuff like buying shoes and mouth guards and stuff like that. You know, New Jersey's weird when they start their football season. I don't think anybody good has ever come out of New Jersey. But
last I heard, they were in the Crocs store picking up NFL Crocs or something like that.
Yeah, that's weird. Really?
No, I'm just kidding.
We still got the regular show though going on, so it'll be good. Good luck to Pete in that season. I don't know. We just had all tryouts for Midwest, like soccer, baseball, football just happened too. So it's been a busy week. I think we probably got some news to talk about. We got Brucifer here again, 2 weeks in a row. There you go, Bruce. Say hi.
Hey, hello. I thought I got a promotion. Did I get a promotion?
Idiots, dude. Why don't you just tell them I don't want to do the show, Bruce? Anyways, let's say hi to the chat. GTK Comics. Hi, thumbs up. Thumbs up. He's here. He's there. He's everywhere. Roy can't. Shout out to my son who made the DCSC team, but we had to pass on that. We're not going to do that. It's crazy. Kids sports is crazy nowadays. The commitment they want you to invest in and how much they're asking you to pay is just wild, bro. Just wild. My homies read Solo Leveling. So this is, I thought that was a video game, but it's not. I was explaining that it was a manga. Glad I could put you on. What?
Manga.
Whatever, dude.
No, you don't want to be the other thing.
What's the other thing?
Just say manga.
Manga. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
What's the other? You can.
Then you go and do a thing that we don't cover on this channel.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
You go down a path that we don't.
Hello, fellas. Hello. No Pete.
We end up on a list, and we can't.
One of the books that we might cover is in there. There's, I gotta say this. Hold on, before we get into it, because of this, there was a lot to read this week. It was actually a good week of read. We won't have a retro review, and even Pete. So Pete was doing some of the stuff behind the scenes. Thank you, Pete, for putting some stuff together. Like, we give him this stuff, and he puts a lot of the whatever together for us.
He does this stuff.
Yeah. So he asked about retros, and he's like, no retros. And I was like, no, because like I read a lot this week, man. And I was like, hey, I won't get through the whole pile. And I got through almost the entire pile. So there's very few titles. I think I read 20 books this week.
Wow.
We're not going to cover all 20, but if you have a question, I'll just say it because I probably read it and we can talk about it. Hey, Sarah. Hey, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. Could I ask for a favor and have a good vibes sent my wife's way? Thanks in advance. Dude, shout out to his wife, whatever it is, prayers for me. The rest of you can do whatever you want. But hopefully it's for a promotion or something like that way. If not, if it's something else, man, still do it all. We'll give it all there. So hopefully whichever way it looks, it turns out to be good for her. So there you go.
Shout out to Sarah's wife.
Yeah, for sure. Shout
out to Sarah's wife, and keep sending me those reels, Sarah.
How do you say his name, Dub?
Sarath.
Sarah.
Yeah,
it's
I said it right one time, and
you did say it. I've always said it wrong. It's actually a man. What's a manhwa? Is that something, or is he just messing around?
He might be right.
It might be like a BBL Drizzy type situation there.
Korean type. It's a Korean version of a manga.
See, he was about to type something wild.
Yeah, so manhwa is the Korean word for comic. So Meyer, thank you for educating.
Thank you. Okay, good. Yeah, it does sound like something wild. It really does.
What's the Korean word for hentai? No.
It's weird that that's what it was because I've always explained like we grew up reading that stuff and like that wasn't big back then, but the bulgy eye kid was, and I don't see that like when the new stuff that I read, I don't see like the sweat. Yeah, so how they used in the old, what's it called? The old Japanese comics.
Manga.
They used to have like these, it used to be they'd always have this profusing sweat. Like when they were inferring something, it'd always be no, I'm just telling you how it used to be. Go back and read old ones. It'd always be a guy profusely sweating, like big sweat, like raindrop sweats, and like the eye bulging thing. And now I think like I guess they just used octopus to explain the same situation that they used to explain. So
you talking about tentacle? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm not down with these new tentacle Japanese comics. So that's all I'm saying.
A lot of your audience is though.
I don't know. I wish I had more time on Wednesdays to read. Yeah, I just got into a rut today where I decided not to do other stuff because I was like looking at things and then I was like, maybe I'll read it. And plus, at the comic book store, a lot of people were. I went a little bit later and people were already hooting and hollering about certain books. So, yeah, I mean, you just have one of those days. And I think today was the day I needed that. So, not to mention, I think I tore my meniscus in my left leg. So,
couldn't be running around. Meniscus.
Yeah. What's that?
I said not the meniscus.
Well, that's all right. The other one is already a goat part in the right leg. So now the left leg's gone too. Even it out. So, all right. Thought I was 20. Thought I was out there. Hey, Dub was out there with all the kids, showing them the skills. I hear even the parents go, "Ooh," and I was like, "Yeah." And then when the parents start saying, "Ooh," like they're cheering for, like, "Wow, we didn't think that old fat dude had that move still in him." Then you go a little bit too hard, and then then something pops. Then something pops. Yeah. Then you're giving back.
You have to wear those special shoes at the cons now.
I already do. I wear Hokas. Like I work for a doctor's office, but I don't.
What's a Hoka?
Hoka's like a
hooker or a Hoka?
Hoka. It's a shoe. I got like 15.
I don't know.
I have like every type. People make fun of me because I have so many.
Does cocaine come with these hookahs? Hokas, whatever.
No, not cocaine.
No.
Not cocaine and hookers.
I missed that. Okay, there we go.
Oh yeah, it's all right. It's just getting old, brother. It's just getting old. I mean, like I said, I'm still trying to be a cyborg. So, all right, let's get into. We still have to. Hey, by the way, we still have Pete's thing for it too. We decided to have everybody's in here. I have mine. I think. Did you add some, Bruce?
Yeah, I believe I did.
And then since Pete isn't here to defend himself, it'll be awesome. We just get to crap all over him. So. Was that enough time, Dub, or I gotta do it?
I
gotta do it. Sorry.
Yeah, you gotta do it.
All right, here we go. Top 5 covers. Okay. Yep. This was done in power. Oh, whose is this though? He didn't put whose it is.
What?
This isn't mine because I didn't put this here. I put this for.
Nah, that's not mine.
I put this in there. I like this cover. I actually really love this World Tree cover.
That's
like not only this. I don't know. Did you see it? Like you can actually see the reflection of the eye in the blue eye. The blood looks a little better than that. It's really cool. I don't know who. Maybe Pete did it. Pete, thanks for labeling this, Pete. Good job. Congratulations. I definitely like the detail in this. And like you don't always have to put a naked woman on the front, right? Sometimes you can just do something freaky as shit.
It helps.
Like this.
It helps sales though.
Yeah. Well, goon's gonna goon. Oh, number 4. This is somebody talked about this in the chat. This is a Silver Surfer 8 cover. This actually might be mine because I dig this, but I don't. I like the red line. I don't think I chose this one though. I forget. You know what? I chose before him this week. So
did you tell him the order you wanted your books?
I did. I absolutely did. I very clearly marked it out this week. So I probably could look back.
Did you choose yours before him? Are you sure?
I don't know. No, because I don't watch this channel, so I would never know when he chooses his. So, shout out Rennavision. Make sure you subscribe and thumbs up everything.
Wait, there's other shows on Rennavision?
There are other shows.
Yeah, there's a Star Wars show and there's a tax show, and that's it. There ain't nothing else on it. That's about all.
So for your Rennavision fix on Fridays and Saturdays, check out the Hot 10 and then rewatch Tack. For the rest of the weekend.
Oh, sweet. I thought since I gave up doing that, we don't do it no more. All right, dude, I actually like this Bane book too. And hey, by the way, I will tell you this because Meyer will appreciate it. I actually read, because of this cover, I actually read Absolute Batman and put it in our review. So get to hear our reviews. I know we said we're just not going to read the hype books anymore of Absolutes and the Ultimates because your opinion on them typically don't change. But we also don't have Pete on here, who completely hates Absolute Batman because all he'll ever say is the Land Mover and the freaking axe, which I mean, I don't like those portions of it anyways. But then he gets in deep about, oh, how come he's friends with all his enemies or whatever the shit he always says. Like, that's the
they
premise,
all grew
bro.
up in the same neighborhood.
That's the premise. They all grew up in Gotham. I mean, wasn't he friends with Two-Face anyways? He's friends with Catwoman growing up. So, like, how out of pocket is he that friends with a couple other dudes? I don't know.
And they're not super villains, so not yet.
But yeah, but is this just the first appearance thing? Kind of like what is that? The bat that lasts, where their first appearance, but don't mean much of shit because after McFarlane makes a toy out of them, nobody's gonna ever hear of them again. You know what I mean? Holy shit, though! Hey, Dub, would this not be a cool Build-A-Toy?
This would be a good, because with all the stuff, but you'd have to get your weapons, some of your weapons, in other places.
Bruce, did you read this?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, when we cover in the thing, I got a question for you. Oh, this has got to be mine.
Oh.
No, this isn't got to be mine. I put this book to read. I think he took the reading list and put it in the top 10.
No.
Or top 5. Yeah, absolutely. Because this is also in our reading list. I thought it was good. I didn't want to do another EC cover, and I didn't think that I kind of don't like the siding on this, and I definitely don't like the overall look of it in real life. So, dude, bro, right? Who didn't? Well, hold on. Let's get back to this real quickly. Sorry, we're supposed to get to our reviews. When you do Bane, do you not do either the Tom Hardy voice or the cartoon voice? Whatever you're doing from now on,
in my head.
Huh?
Cartoon voice in my head.
Cartoon voice in my head too. Cartoon voice in my head too. Yeah, for sure. All right, and then number 1, this is Dark Phoenix, but this is just the A cover, not the variant. I don't know.
Because the variants are separate. This is just the regular.
Okay. Cover. Yeah. I know, but I don't. But they put this right. They put the signature right over her crotch. If you're gonna get this cover, like, don't you want crotch shot too?
You have to pay extra for that.
But yeah, it's like a 1 in 100.
$20 for the crotch shot.
All
right. Next up. Oh, I think this
labeled this one. Look at that. Marco's top 5. Look at that.
Yeah, Marco's top 5. So that must have been Pete's top 5. I actually, dude, Fire and Ice. I actually thought this was a pretty dope Fire and Ice, just because of the. I don't understand. Let's go back to Marvel doing the crotch shot here, and then let's look at DC. Nicely put it in the corner.
Yep.
Gets out of the way of the book. This is a little different. This gives you a little bit of class with a little bit of slut. You know, they might be
sluts.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing now.
They might be what is it? Classy in the street, a freak in the sheet, whatever you want to call it.
We're doing elevated smut here, guys.
Yeah. What is it? Class in the street, freak in the sheet. That's what this is right here. I actually liked it. I thought it was good. The color was great on this. You know what I mean? And actually, for the cover price of what it was, it actually feels like something that should have been more expensive, like something that would have been in the variant thing. Yeah. Are you calling this the Gooner art cover of the week? There's a lot of Gooner covers.
I think he was doing the one before. The Ivan Talavera was probably the Gooner.
Yeah, the Talavera.
Don't worry, I think it's going to goon someplace else. But and then so this definitely is mine. I definitely like this Bane. And I don't know if I liked it because of this. Well, yeah, I had to because I picked these before I actually read the books. But once again, this is what got me into reading the book. I thought it was a cool looking Bane, so I ended up getting it. I don't know why I like this. I tried.
I like this. This is a really good cover.
I tried to not put this on the list. Then I put this too high on my list. I think I had it at 1 at one point. Then I dropped it back down to 4. I don't know, man. It's got the arm, the crazy chick eyes, the blood on the ground, right?
Yep. And we all know men love crazy-eyed women.
That's not true. I run.
Very true. Come on.
I run.
You run?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Fuck
but
yeah.
most are
Plus
not.
I'm older.
Most are not as intelligent to run.
Dude, I unfortunately have had experience with crazy women before, and that is not a game I like to play.
Nope.
You know what I mean?
Mm.
I like my stuff. I don't want my
I
stuff
don't know.
burnt. I don't want my stuff ripped up. I don't want you showing up to my work, showing up at somebody's house, calling my ma's. Like, I don't want none of that. I don't need that type of smoke. You know what I mean? Like, if you do it, you're dude, it's cool. I can pop you in the face. You just a crazy chick. You got to run away from that type of stuff, man. It's wild, dude.
I have a couple of friends that they just keep making that same mistake playing Russian roulette with their lives with those crazy chicks.
You're gonna end up, bro,
burning cars, burning clothes.
Nope. Not trying it, not doing it. I could tell stories, but I'd rather not. I've been married for too long to tell stories of before I was married. So, all right, next book. I think I moved World Tree up because I thought they just did something different. I'm glad they didn't give her a booger in her nose now that I look at it, or like nose hair. But dude, I just thought it was something like when World Tree hits, it hits. You know what I mean? And I think this is one of the ones that World Tree really hit on. So, I'm sorry, dude.
Really?
I'm sorry, dude.
You put this as number one?
I didn't want to.
Really?
I really didn't want to. But I think even how they did the trade dress on this worked really well. Like how the crown the fire crown goes above and hits the magique, and like just everything is perfect on this. The black background was good. It was done really well. I mean,
I will say this is a departure from Villalobos' usual Hughes looking work that he does. Doesn't look like a Hughes at all. It just looks different from
titty choking. You mean where their breasts are so high up and so tight that it chokes, she can't even breathe? Yeah, I agree, man. I agree.
Riding a sword.
Once again, riding a sword, and I think pause. Once again, I think. Once again, I think that's why I get like the same thing with World Tree. I think originally I had Hello Darkness up here, right? But then I start seeing this and I'm like, it kind of departs from what we've been seeing lately. And I think they did a really good job on it. Like, if you're going to have trade dress on something like this, like I almost said front face. Ooh, nope, not gonna say that. Well, portrait. Thank you. We'll use the word portrait. If you're gonna do it on a portrait, like incorporate it so it's the trade dress kind of gets its way back. Oh, Bar Lord, no, get out of here.
Yeah, I totally agree with Bar Lord because, and I like Magic covers and I like Villalobos, but this
Magic
one,
the Gathering.
No, Magic, this character on the screen.
Oh, Magic. Okay.
Magic?
But this cover looks like Joffrey from Game of Thrones with long hair.
What?
That's what this face looks like. Look at the face. It looks like Joffrey from Game of Thrones.
Nah.
You've seen Game of Thrones, right?
I'm quite aware of Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Ooh, Dub, that's a bad take.
I can't see it now.
Well, here's the deal. We should get one more to go through now. The Pete couldn't defend himself. It's funny. Pete picked a lot of same books that I did too. So not bad week for Pete. But Bruce should be next up. Hey, Bruce the first.
Oh,
hey,
this.
Look at this.
I like my name in graffiti.
The color on this book was just done really well, right?
Yeah, it's really well and it's different. And I've never seen Fire and Ice drawn like this. I wish they would draw like this all the time.
Yeah, I mean they have the flapper style on ice, right? But still, I don't know, man. I think they did a good job.
W. Scott Forbes. Yeah. I think he did a good job.
Okay. Yeah, I think he did a good job.
I really like this art. Adams.
What the fuck?
I really like this art, Adams. It's just good.
The one leg is this. This got the Forrest Gump of legs. She got the Forrest Gump of legs here. No bullshit. No, dude, get out of here.
Come on.
Give her those metal things to straighten them legs out. That is terrible. What? Nobody. What's BFG?
Big fucking gun.
Oh. I thought this is a joke. I thought he put the wrong book here.
No, this is actually, I really like this cover. That's why it's not a great cover, but it's a good cover. That's why it's number 4.
Bro,
For an Art Adams, it's actually one of the better Art Adams I've seen in a while, because I haven't really liked his.
It's not a bobblehead cover.
Yeah, the bobblehead.
Okay,
That's what
okay, yeah, but them knee knockers like going sideways is not just. And all he drew was a stick with 2 fucking bubble knees going the wrong way, bro. That is not great. Why did you just draw the big effing gun without somebody holding it, shooting through the thing? I think that would have been cool.
What? I don't think that works.
Well, dude, this doesn't work.
This
it doesn't
works.
work here. This does
I
not
think
work.
it works.
Does not work. Barlord agreed with me, I believe. We got sister. Let me check this out. I like it. Pulpish, right? That's what we're doing.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I like it, but like, I mean, I can't complain. If you put in your top 5, you're not wrong. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Not wrong at all.
You know, and there's no other covers except for the A, and
yeah.
This series was on number 4.
I can't believe you put this for Hello Darkness. Get the fuck out of here with this.
I love this cover. It's so weird and it's gross and it's just you can't unsee it.
This is lazy as shit.
And it's a tentacle cover for you gooners.
I think you're a gooner at this point.
Nope.
Yeah.
I just hang out with gooners.
Thank you, Dub. You're not down with this one either?
No, not at all.
No.
I don't like it's like
I don't like she's picking the salad out of his teeth. Yeah. Nope. Yeah, what the bleep? This is so wrong. Of which not me, of Brucifer, 100%. This is not. And you put it number 2.
I'm not a host. I'm just a guest.
There's nothing good here.
Oh, there we go. The Nogi-san.
That's an interesting choice.
I've been really liking the string of Japanese artists they've been getting from Marvel lately.
I kind of like this one.
I
mean, it's better than The Prison.
Yeah. Is that what he did? That's what he did. He gave us such a fucking horrible cover at number 2 that he could put any piece of shit up here at number 1, and we would have been like, "Yo, at least it wasn't that piece of shit we just looked at." I mean, this cover's not bad, but it's not, dude. There were so many good covers out this week. I'll be honest with you, the top 5 switched like 15 times for me because there were so many good covers that I was like, "Oh, that's kind of cool." This is not one of the ones.
You should know by now that I like the unusual covers, the different covers. I like covers.
As they say, the reason why opinions can be wrong is because they're not facts, and your opinion on these covers were definitely wrong. So
my opinions are always right.
Let's see what's up with the variants. Let's go to Pete first. This is gonna be.
Oh, what
the fuck?
That's probably Pete's, I'm guessing.
I kind of like it. Though. I like it.
This kind of reminds me.
Issue come with 3D glasses.
This is like 90s. If you stare at the picture enough, then all of a sudden, like, you see a boat.
Oh. Really?
Stare in the eyes. Remember the thing where you stare in the eyes and then you turn your head and it turns into Jesus or whatever it was? Remember that?
Oh, yeah. I remember.
That's what this is. Stare in the eyes and then look over there. No? Yeah.
Is that Warlock guy in there?
No. I don't think so.
This is all chicks.
There was that one guy with the black and yellow with the big mask. And stuff. They made an action figure of him.
Oh, yeah.
Started with a W, I think. I can't remember.
This is Pete's having a bad week here. I think. What? Oh, get out of here!
Wow.
I can't co-sign this one.
Is he trolling? Is he seriously just trolling us this week?
I don't know if this was a different print or because this is a Zelda homage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Legend of Zelda homage, but I mean, is this like a?
That's Link supposed to be dead.
Oh, I see Link now. Yeah, okay, yeah. So this.
I guess I can see why he likes it. The characters are the same height as he is. So
shots fired.
I guess.
Ouch.
No, I don't know what. I can't hate a Scott. I don't hate it, but like, yeah, I hate it. I can hate a Scotty Young cover. Yep, not good. Dude, what are you kidding me?
I like it.
But dude, isn't this is from a different book? It's just cut out. It's a cutout portion from another cover. You know that, right?
Really?
What cover?
Yeah, I can't remember, but I saw this scene and I was like, "Oh yeah, shit." That came with it was her on an Avengers cover with other people.
You're thinking about I know what cover you're thinking about, but it's almost the same pose, but it's not the same pose.
I know, but it's close enough is what I'm saying. Yeah, it didn't have the sparkly thing on the thing.
Yeah, it was
She had
back
a
in
full leg.
the first New Avengers book where they did all those ratios with Spider-Woman, then yeah.
I mean, it's pretty damn close.
Cover swipe?
I mean, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's bad. Well, no, they only swiped a portion of the cover. So I mean, I guess
does it count if it's only a portion?
Oh my god. What is he doing? All right.
Ooh.
He ain't wrong. He ain't wrong.
I really like this book. This cover.
Yeah, me too.
1 in 100.
Wrong.
Not for 1 in 100 though.
Yeah, but you're not paying a 1 in 100 for this. Plus, it's Omni. I don't know what their 1 in 100 ratios look like.
Yeah, true.
I don't know what they're paying for it is. This is cool. I really like this one. I can't knock it. I read the book too. Yeah. See, now we're talking. This book is pretty dope. Thank you, Barlord. This one's pretty damn good. He hit that one. Yeah, and he ain't wrong here either. He's not wrong.
I don't know.
He loves the Silver Surfer.
But this is what I'm going to tell him he's not wrong. This has got super vibes of like Marvel masterpieces.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
It has a nostalgic feel. I'm not going to knock him on this one. Yeah, I'm not going to knock him on this one. There's a lot of good Silver Surfer covers this week, though. All right, let's get into it. Number 5. I mean, that's why I'm not knocking the cover.
Did you guys copy each other's list?
No, but here's why. Because it's exactly what you said. So I'm trying not to sell it, but I have it because a 1 in 100 was a little expensive for this. But it's still a dope fucking cover, dude. It's so dope. Now, the only part I'll say that I was a little disappointed was they was a little too old school EC try hard. You know what I mean? If you're gonna go with that, distress it or do something else. And also we don't need the tear in the corner, the whole left side.
I do like that she's reading the comic.
I thought that was cool as shit. I did. Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was cool. That was cool. That was a little pushback. The dead guy with the little amulet on the bottom, all the skulls in the background was pretty cool too. I actually did this one because I thought too, this reminded me, I mean, both the Silver Surfers, I thought I'll tell you this, every Silver Surfer cover was a hit for me this week. It was. I thought anyone you go with, I mean, it's not that high up. It's good for a Bradshaw. I like it. I don't know what the hell it had to do with the inside of the book this week.
Not a damn thing. Not a damn thing.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, and then here you go. If you're gonna goon properly. Right? Goon properly. I just don't understand why you would put the trade dress on that thing and ruin it. If you're gonna do it, it's not like this was a 1 in 100 either. It was a 1 in 50, which means, and by the way, there's 50,000 of those. Yeah. This is 100%. I put this because I know this is the Gooner of the week. I get it. If I don't put it up there, I get booed about it. I understand. I'm not going to ever put this at number 1 because there's no way I'll give into the Gooners that bad, but Gooner's going to goon. Yeah, I agree. I'm not saying I don't, but hell, they did a good job on it.
Of course she's not hot. She's not real.
That too. Her neck's a little long in this too, but. And now when he said, "Hey, listen, they're not straddling the sword, Bruce. They're not straddling it." But I thought adding Dana in it really did a good job on it. There's 2 of these actually. If you look at the one and the B cover, there's a different version of this. It was Magic and the Goblin Queen, Madeline Pryor. And I thought that's the wrong way of doing it. The way they did that one wasn't great. And I thought this one actually was pretty damn good. I don't know. 2 probably's high. I think now that I see it, I probably would have put the blood type or whatever up here at 2, like Pete did. But I still like this book. I still would have kept it up there. Moved the Gunnar cover down to 4. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I will admit, if Marvel did the animation style like this, they will have a hit with doing the X-Men.
I think it's great. Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. I think they kill it. I mean, you don't have to have her straddling a sword every single time, too, bro. And it was a 1 in 25, not that out of reach. I mean, it's late in the run, too, because this is 6, right? But they have 2 more on this. They got to have 2 more on it, just because I know the story, because I read it. And then, yeah, I had the same thing. And it was 100%. I get it, Bruce. You don't like fun as a kid. You don't understand anything about Marvel Masterpieces. I get it. But, like, you can't go wrong with the cover.
Yes, I get it. It's nostalgia for you old guys. I get it.
Yeah, fair enough. But it's also cool. Let's see what Bruce did so we can make fun of him, especially after his...
I picked this cover because it's just fun and it's an homage to one. I forgot what cover it is.
It looks like an old Mad magazine. Yep.
It's a Mad,
Mad comic.
Yeah.
This is an homage to Mad, yeah. Which isn't bad. I liked it, but I didn't think it was actually to Mad Comics when they originally did it. But like, I just don't think it fit blood type, so I was kind of like, yeah. Oh shit! That's why you're trying to defend this dog shit. That's why you're trying to defend this dog shit. Look at you, swipers! Hey, swipers, stop swiping! Hey, swipers, stop swiping! Yes, thank you, Paul.
You know, it's Stephanie Hans. It's X-23. Blah blah blah. Cover swipe homage.
When you got to say blah blah blah.
I've never seen this. I've never seen this cover before. First time seeing it.
Yeah, as you're rolling your eyes, get out of here. Move it along. Oh, hey, this is all right. You know what? I didn't even look at these covers because I'm just so disinterested in this. Was Majik? Yeah, in this.
I really like this because the perspective with Majik just freaking blowing away Deadpool, a sword in one hand. It was really a really good cover. I really like this cover.
I don't think it's a really good cover, but I might go back and buy this now if she's in it. So
you don't think it's a good cover, but you're gonna go back and buy it.
Well, buy the book if she's inside. I don't know because oh shit.
Yeah, the Dustin win. This was tough. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, this is wow.
Looks like a gimp.
It looks like the Batman that Scarecrow saw in Batman Begins in the movie.
It looks
scary Batman.
Looks like Batman the Gimp.
Doesn't look like a gimp.
Yes, he does.
I don't know any gimp that look like that, and I've seen plenty of gimps on the channel.
You know, I'll be honest, I never see him in real life. So if that's you, Bruce. That's you.
I said on the channel. I didn't say real life.
Oh my god. Oh, there you go. Gunner's got it. I can't believe you gooned this at 1. You are a gooner, Bruce. Official gooner. Run the Gooner Club.
I'm here for all the gooners out there.
No, that's you. You're the president and the head fanboy of Gooners International.
Gooner covers sell.
Did anybody actually see anybody buy this though?
No, they hit it.
Oh wait, did you pick this up? Except for Barlord. Or are you talking about absolute? Or are you talking about the absolute?
No, he said that when the Batman book came up.
Okay, absolute Gimp. Okay.
All gooners.
No, not true. Not true. No, I did not buy this at all.
You didn't buy this.
No, I just put it. Listen, if you ever see a Gooner cover off of me,
reach over to your left and grab the book off the shelf.
I didn't. No, absolutely didn't. If you see a Gooner cover that I put in my top 5, it's because you got to give the Gooners some crumbles, or they get like all mad and stuff and start making up things. So you got to give them a little bit. All right, and that's our top 5. We're going to add something next week. We were putting it in the last 2 weeks, but we just haven't got to it. You'll see it next week. We're going to have another top 5 adding on to that. You guys enjoy that segment. Thank you very much for all the love on that. Appreciate you guys. Next up, let's get it. We talked about it kind of already. Hell of a week for reading books this week. You got this one, Dub?
I do.
Cool. Let's start off with it. Absolute Batman.
Run the thing.
Oh, shoot. I forget to do that, man. My bad.
All right.
It's usually Pete's job.
I know.
All right, take it or leave it. Meyer HQ's always yelling about the absolutes and the ultimates and whatever. But as I said earlier, people really like them or they really hate them, so we don't usually review them. But with Bane, did Bane show up, Meyer? Did Bane show up in the last one? Do you know?
Right. No, I don't think so.
Because I thought they made kind of a reference in it that they might have previewed him kind of. So this is my question to you. Spoiler alert, even though we don't spoil this. We see Bane out of his costume, right?
Yeah.
Like Bane was a friend of Batman's, right?
No.
Yes, he was. They hug each other at one point in the book, right?
No. That's Croc.
Oh,
that's Croc he's hugging.
Okay. Then number 2, what does the juice do to Bane?
Oh, it just supersized them like a big. Is
that what it is? That's all they're doing is bulging them out. Not like okay.
I don't know. It looked a little demonic.
Isn't that what it always does?
Yeah, I thought it used to just give him like he used to. It's like he's on crystal meth or something. Like he's just
he bulked up with the
Yeah, it was always just making them strong.
With the juice,
with
the venom.
Yeah, but no, he turns into like a purple or green mutant or whatever.
Yeah, because the way Batman beat him was to take the plugs out, and he became skinny after he unplugged them.
In the real Batman, not in this book, by the way. Yeah. I actually enjoyed reading this book. I thought it was decent. Batman. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I actually like how they developed the Pennyweather or Penny
Worth.
You know what I'm talking about.
Pennyworth.
Pennyworth character with I've never have my complaint with this book has never been that he's friends with criminals, and I can understand that. Excuse me. I can't understand that philosophy behind it. I will say once again, I do have a problem with the fucking art in this book. I always have. I still do. It's fucking lazy. It's fucking lazy, and you're paying $6 for a book. Like, make it.
I agree. This is the same. That's the same problem I have with Absolute Wonder Woman. The art. Hey, Nerdy Geek, new addition to my channel.
Hey, Nerdy Geek. Oh, hey, shout out Bruce for something about some award or something. Go vote for him. It sticks too, right?
Oh, the comic book awards.
You guys are something. I don't know where you vote for it, but go figure it out. All right, go ahead. Talk about this book. We'll do that later.
It was. I thought it was really good. Batman was just like, wait, what? My ear's not working. I'll punch him, and he's like taking him out, hitting pressure. Doing what he did, and I was just like, that was really cool.
I thought that was cool. I did think that was cool, but once again, sometimes I think the art distracts the actual story. The story of the book, the actual story of the book, like the art distracts it. And like when I figured out what was actually happening in that scene, I was like, that's cool as shit. But the first couple panels, you're like, you can't tell what the fuck's happening. You can't tell what's happening, dude. Like it just.
Yeah, I couldn't tell. There's a scene where right before he hugs that guy.
Yeah.
Where he's doing something.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that was Bruce at first.
Right.
Until he said his name. I was like, oh, that's Bruce.
And not you, Bruce. Another Bruce.
Yeah, that other Bruce.
Dub, did you read this?
I did not get to this one, no.
I'm giving it a thumbs. I'm giving it a crooked thumbs up because the art is so bad. That at certain points in the book, it makes it absolutely unreadable. Luckily, it doesn't ruin the whole book. So crooked thumbs up.
Yeah, I'm giving it thumbs up. Oh, thumbs up because I'm a DC fanboy and Batman could do no wrong.
Bane's really cool in this book, though. He's really fucking cool in this book.
He really is.
He really is fucking.
He's
cool
a lot cooler in Absolute than he is in the regular universe.
And by the way, like Barlord said, or not Barlord, Meyer said earlier, shout out or tell us later or tell us below. Do you read it in your normal reading voice? Do you read it in Hardy's reading voice, or do you read it in cartoon Bane reading voice? Because you read. I'm willing to bet that at least 95% of people read it either in cartoon or Oh, burn. Well, they do one of the two. Like, you gotta. I mean, and by the way, cartoon Bane voice isn't far from Tom Hardy Bane voice either.
Correct.
It's not too far off. So,
and it is Nick Dragotta still doing the art on this.
He's back because he took a break for a few issues.
Gotcha.
Oh shit! I probably should have read those issues. They're probably better. All right, what's next? Oh, I'm sorry, dude. Dude, come on, man. That was such a cool scene. If you would have done that through the whole page, this thing and this thing and
Yeah.
it would
That should have
cool.
been a 2-page splash.
Yeah, and you have to go back, and then sometimes there's
God, no, not this.
Did you read this?
Yes.
What? And you didn't like it?
The art.
Oh, the art's fucking horrible.
Oh my God, the art was so bad.
I don't know what's going on with DC. Like, if DC could figure out their art. By the way, I didn't mind the art on the cover, but they took the art on the cover and they said, "Hey, let's make it look worse. Let's try to make this look worse inside."
Here's my crayon set. Let me draw some characters.
Holy shit!
Wow, it was Dustin Nguyen too. Wow.
Yeah, that's why it looks like. That's why it looks like the cover, right?
It's all colored pencils. Yeah.
Yeah. But it didn't work well inside. It just didn't. What do you think? What do you think of the storyline?
One point they he drew Robin, and it's just like a big round pizza face, like a flat face. I'm like, what is this?
No, yeah. There was one time too. Didn't he draw like chicken leg? Did he give him like where he's like here, and it's his legs are up here, his chest is here, and his head is just like it's like chicken leg, and you're like, oh, that guy's all leg.
The story is, it's nothing we haven't seen with Jason and Bruce, him disobeying, getting in trouble.
That wasn't the part that I thought it had. What's the dude that never washes his hand when he goes to the bathroom? Why am I brain farting on him? The jerk.
Every comic book guy at a comic.
No, the guy that used to do Green Lantern. He's a real jerk. But he's dead now.
EVS?
Who's that? That sounds like a Nazi.
Probably is.
You're trying to think of Neil Adams.
Neil Adams, yes, that's who I'm trying to think of. Neil Adams. Like, Neil Adams would put some stuff in books and stuff like this and relate it back. The back part of this story had very good Neil Adams writing vibes, right? Like, and it reminds us of a similar story before. I will tell you that they wasted about 12 pages of this book, but to get to the point of what happened at the end, like, and I would have rather you sped up some of that and gotten to the end and given us a little bit more. You know what I mean there? And I would have definitely 100% picked this up. What I'm going to say now is I'm going to pick up number 2, but I'm probably going to stop if the pacing of this book and the art style of this book stays the same, because DC seems to, this week in general, seems to say, hey, we've had enough of being the top dog for a little bit out of the big 2 and doing things right. And we're going to show you how badly we can screw up things. And they had Bane come out and be pretty freaking awesome. And they kind of screwed that one up. In this book, they had something going on too. I mean, I didn't think that guy, I didn't think what that guy was doing in the alley was what was going to, like, how that character was going to play out. The Cuckoo guy. I didn't think what happened with Cuckoo in two scenarios too. What happened at the end of the book and what happened right prior to it. Those actually shocked me and surprised me. Yeah. And I was like, wow, I'm actually, this book for 75% of it was, as you said, retread. And then all of a sudden we saw something and I was like, oh shit, I didn't see that coming. Oh wait. Like, I thought there's a part where the main bad guy in the book has like a little monologue type area. And I was like, we know where this shit's going. And then it didn't go there. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. So I get it. So I'm giving it a crooked thumbs up. No, I'm not. I think the art, I think the pacing of the book and the art just gave me a crooked thumbs down on it. Like, I'll probably read 2, but I know I'm not getting past 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know
so
what your
crooked down.
Crooked down. What's your opinion on it, Bruce?
I'm not reading. I'm not reading any more of this. If I want to enjoy Jason Todd, I'll find him appearing as Red Hood somewhere. So thumbs down. Complete thumbs down for this.
Wow.
Well, and I mean, I think because if you picked it up, you're gonna read number 2 probably, but like, don't pick it up. Like, just don't pick it up. All right, we're passing on it. Leave it. Is that good? I'll check it out the next time. I don't know if I want to catch
It's really good. It's really.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like issue 12 now.
You know what hasn't sold me on that? The covers. I just see it and I just never. All right, we had him on. We told him we'd read number 2 because we wanted to get out of it. I will tell you about this. The pace of this is exactly opposite of pace of that Batman. It's Free Planet by Aubrey. But it was fast. Like, you have to, he gives you a lot of stuff, but this book, I was like, okay, cool. First book, a lot of expose. We're going to get through some stuff. This book moved fast. You better be ready to read, and you better be ready to get down once because it goes by and you're like, oh, crap. Okay, that's what that is. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. Okay. And you follow it. And I think it is. Meyer right now, I think it is. We always keep relating it to East versus West. I don't think it is. I think he's shoved that in really quickly now where we're already seeing, for the people that don't know the basis of Free Planet, there's a group that has formed that is kind of like rebelling against the planetarial stuff and forming their own type of of like, I guess it'd be like JLA Internet, like a Justice League type group or Justice League International, whatever group.
Yeah.
And that is like forming also kind of a government and by their laws and stuff like that. And holy shit, it did not give you cliffhangers. It really just went for it. And I actually don't mind that. I like, hey, give us a bunch to read, make it go fast. I know sometimes I've been fans of the slower versions too, but I think it's because overall, you're just used to that style. Like you're used to the Hickman style of things, especially with planet building stuff like that. This one is not. Yeah. I don't know if people are sleeping on Barlord. The first prints or the first number 1 sold out.
Yeah, it did.
So, I mean, he does. Hold on. Stitterson, Aubrey's was promoting the shit out of it for like 6 months. So hell, man, he did a good job doing that. Yeah. But I think after you get past that first issue, I do want to see what goes on, what people think of the second issue, because after you get through the first issue, you're like, okay, this might be a long, slow burn. It is not. This book number 2 was like, holy shit, dude. Barlord, I'd like to hear what you think about it, but holy shit, they got a lot in there really freaking quickly. Aliens vs. Avengers needs next week. That book is fire. We'll read it for you, Meyer, but I'm not going to think it's great. It's how Dune went too. Yeah, you're right. Dune was a lot slow too, but really good. Where this is just I don't know, it's faster, man. Anyways, thumbs up. Keep reading it. I'm getting the next one too.
Nice.
Nobody else
I didn't get a chance to read it.
I actually didn't read the whole thing, but I started reading this one. And one of the things that the art is definitely good. There's a lot of words in there, which is good. I mean, if it's done in the right way. But the thing that stuck out to me with what I got to was the lettering and how the letterer differentiates from the talking to the little file information. Then there was little other information that was on the side. It was so well done and easy to follow, even though there was, we say, oh, there's so many words in this book, whatever. But you weren't confused as to what was going on as you go from page to page, or even on the page, there's I don't know, 20 characters on one page and you could still follow it. So
that's why I think I say by reading it fast, right? So yes, you're right. There's a lot of words, but how they have it for you to process, when they're showing you a structure, because there's a couple pages there where it's structure building, right? So they're going to tell you, I'm trying not to give away, but let's say it's where the government seating is, which that's not something that's in there, but this is Congress and it breaks down. Yeah.
This place was built this way to make sure this didn't happen.
Right.
That kind of stuff. And they was that was a separate little area on a file folder on the side that gives you little
It was, and they do.
info.
It is data pages, but he's right. It's not like data page, like the whole page is stuffed and you can't figure it out or you get tired reading it.
Yeah,
I think because they switch up, they did a great job with it. Hey, Bruce,
I'm gonna give it a crooked thumbs up because I didn't finish the book, but this is the only one I had a chance to get to today.
Yeah, good. All right, cool. Take it. I'm still intrigued. I think the first arc. I think now after 1 and 2, the first arc is a take it through the whole first arc. I mean, unless they do something completely crazy at 3, which they might, because like how fast this one went, you could lose it at 3. I think we'll go through 3, and then after that, just read the arc and we'll catch the last one.
Is this a limited or a ongoing?
It's going to be ongoing.
Oh, okay.
It's set up for an ongoing. You can tell.
Well, I will say there's one thing going for it besides the buzz around it. It's come out on time.
Did not read it.
You know, it's not a 2-3 month period between issues so far.
You say that. It's only been 2 though. Just that's what I'm saying.
Come on,
we'll look at it. We'll look at it in 8 to see what happens. I'm not I'm not. I think he seems pretty much on top of his crap.
Yeah.
You know, he's got that. We had him on here. We got to talk about it. He knows some of the same, editors that I do. I know, I obviously the friends of ours had recommended for him to come over here. So we did that. Like they asked.
He's the guy that hired Kirkman. I mean, come on.
Yeah. He is also the guy that hired Kirkman.
Really?
Yeah. So either way, I mean, he has that background in it. So I think he kind of understands where he's going with that. I will say it is kind of funny because there's a character in there and you see it. And it's the one thing that I hate that him and actually Tony Fleece do, but they love it. They do that. They have that early Image superhero character in their books. Like Tony does it with the Local Man. And obviously Aubrey does it here. There's a character in there. You see his arm right there in the blue. And I'm just like, oh my God, that's so corny 80s. Like, just starting off Image superhero guy, like random superhero guy. He's got like the blonde hair that comes up. He's got this part's covered. This part's covered. He's got like some facial hair sticking out underneath. He's got his hair almost kind of like Shadow Star-esque character. You know what I mean? He's got big ass forms.
Leave Long Shot alone. Peak X.
Not Long Shot. I said
Long
Shadow
Shot.
Star.
You said Shadow Shot.
Long Shot. Not Long Shot. Shadow Star.
Oh, it's about Shot.
Shadow Star, 2 different.
Whatever.
Anyways, keep it going. We'll see what's next.
Next book is Blood Type. This is Oni Press. This was number 1.
Fucking good. It's fucking good. Fucking good. I didn't want to like it. Like I like the covers. I'm like, damn, dude. I don't want to like the stuff, the EC stuff, especially from Omni. I don't know, bro. I'm reading too. I thought it was a good take on stuff.
I had to double check. So when you say Omni, you mean Oni Press?
Oni, yeah, whatever.
Yes, okay. All right, just making sure there wasn't a new publisher I didn't know about.
Nah, shut up. You know what I'm talking about.
It's life.
No, I mean, this was one I didn't like too because I didn't want to like. Oh shit. There goes that fucking meniscus again. I didn't want to like it. I definitely didn't want to have to pull it for number 2. And plus it's zombies and it's like, okay, but it had, or not zombies, sorry, vampires. And I was like, okay, but it had a little bit of 30 Days and Nights vibes for me too. You know what I mean? Like good writing, just enough, like different kind of tilt on horror, inner monologue stuff of why they're doing stuff. They did bring up a different character in there too. I thought it was good. Like, listen, not the best thing in the world, right? No, it's not for everybody. It really, listen, it's not for everybody. It really isn't. But if you want something that's like easy, not like you're not gonna get sparkly fucking vampires, and you're not gonna get like
haven't done sparkly vampires in 20 years.
Okay, you're not gonna get Namafesto, Numufustu,
Nosferatu, which is peak cinema. Yes, go ahead.
It's horrible. You're not gonna get that garbage anyways, but you're gonna get more like 30 Days of Nights. If you like that type of stuff, this is kind of what it's going to go towards, right? You're going to get that. There's something else. It had a different feeling to it too. I can't really put my thumb on what it was, but it was of that almost like that early Underworld type stuff without all they didn't call them werewolves, but whatever, that's, when they call them werewolves and shit like that. Lycans, yeah. The comic book, not the movie. So, but yeah, I mean, I thought it was good. I'm giving it a crooked thumbs up for the people, because I don't think this is going to be everybody's cup of tea.
I will say this, the beginning of this book,
sure,
it was a total ripoff of The Voyage of Demeter.
Fair.
And that, I don't know, it just soured the rest of it for me, because it was just like, oh, vampire tropes, enthralled, blah 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 blah.
Fair.
It was okay. I'll give it a crooked thumbs up, because it's vampires. I love vampires, so just for that alone.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was saying. It's not anything new. It's a familiar feeling to it, right? And you're right. I probably should have said the first quarter wasn't the best, but I thought I think I did say this, towards the end, it progressively got a little bit better. With that being said, yeah, it's not going to be everybody's cup of tea. It's just not going to be. It's not going to be everybody's cup of tea. So I understand it. Is this the next American Vampire? No. No.
I don't even know if this is this going to be focused on this character, because the way they have the storytelling, like the Crypt Keeper or the Witch, it seems like this going to be I thought it was going to be anthologies.
I thought it was going to too, but they left it in a weird place at the end of this book. Like, we're at least going to get 2 with her. Jim's saying hi to you from the thing.
Hey, what's up, Jim?
All right. Yeah, I don't know. I think that we gotta get second one, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think isn't she in the second book? Like, I think
she's got it. No, she has to be in the second book.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure she's on the cover
because of where they left the story.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, which
we're
trying not to spoil.
Yeah.
Yeah. There definitely wasn't an end. All right.
Next.
So let's take it. Once again, don't. Hey, hold on. Only take it if you're okay with vampire stories. If you're not okay with vampire stories, this isn't for you.
It's no Nosferatu.
Get out of here with Nosferatu.
And One World Under Doom. Runaway.
I don't know if there's a Doom title I like. This is probably one of the worst. Doom titles are Marvel's. Like, why would you put this shit out?
I think I've tried all of the spin-off just to get an idea of them, and they're all dog shit. Just saying.
Yeah. This one was
nope.
Imagine reading this. Wow. I mean, I don't even know what to say for this. I was like, yo, when was the last time you read a Runaways book? Maybe it'll be something decent. They had some other stuff that was halfway decent out this week. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll go read this real quickly and see if it's decent. And then the minute I didn't read the book, I just selected it. I sent it to Bruce. I was like, hey, this is the book we're going to read.
I tried to return it. I tried to return the book after.
I wanted to pull the message. Back. I got home and read it. I was like, damn, Bruce is going to talk all this shit, especially after reading Absolute Batman, because I was like, damn, dude, just as disappointing as like.
I can't wait for this Doom event to be over. I really want the books to go back to normal.
You know what's funny? Magic, I didn't want to read it again, but it was pretty good. Like, it actually was really good. It really was. This, on the other hand, is thumbs down. Put thumbs down on this stuff. But I just didn't want to do the same thing and bring you in here and be like, yeah, the Magic thing, whatever, because we know that's good. But this book is not. This book is the exact opposite. It's bad.
I will say this. The best thing about this book It had a beginning, a middle, and an end. Thumbs down. It's a book. It's a book.
It did. Hold on. It wasn't the worst thing out this week. That's probably. It was close. It was damn close.
But we're not asking you if it was the worst thing out this week. What we're asking you is, would you buy the next one? And
no,
would you like this
I
one?
think Bruce is right. I think I was upset that I paid for this. I think, like I said, I didn't read it. I just sent it. I literally grabbed like the top 5, top 6, whatever books off the stack of what I bought. And I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. Let's do this Robin thing because the cover looked intriguing. You know, obviously I had Bane up there. And then I had this. And it was between this and 2 other books. It was between this, Magic. Obviously I had Magic up there, but I didn't want to do it again. It was this, and then there was an X-Men title. And I was like, yeah, nobody's going to read the X-Men title. Maybe we'll do Runaway. And then I was like, oh, shit. Oh, and then I read the, it's coming up. There's another book, too, that was tied with this. And then I just decided to put it in as a late entry. But
was it?
Oh, Barlow, you read Gang War? I'm sorry.
Death of Silver Surfer #1.
Yeah, that was unanimous. It was unanimously garbage, bro. I didn't hate it. I knew. Okay, here's what I'm saying. You know what you're in for, right?
No.
You never read like the Death of books before through Marvel or anything similar to that?
No, I avoid those because they're never good.
Well, I'm saying it was pretty decent. It wasn't bad. I'm giving it a crooked thumbs up. I'm not gonna say what happens in it. And is it this one? No, the other one has got a new character in it. You know, I read this early on. I think this is the first Marvel book I read today. I mean, like, I just don't know what people expect after Silver Surfer, right? And like they kind of take a pun and joke on them too, push kind of like same thing I just said, like you don't know what you're going to, you know, it's always him, Galactus, the whole 9. I thought they did a good job. It was not terrible. It was easy reading. And the art, by the way, was better than the majority of the books we read. So I'm giving it a crooked thumbs up. It wasn't a bad book.
Hey, Dub, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
What movie comes out next month?
Well, there are 2 movies out next month that
the
are
Marvel
relevant.
one.
Oh, that would be Fantastic Four, First Step.
So why are we getting a Death of the Silver Surfer book when Fantastic Four comes out next month? Why do Marvel keep doing this with their characters? I don't get it.
I don't think it's a bad idea to just do a fun read to introduce a character that you don't need to know a ton about.
Yeah, because like when Doctor Strange came out, it was the death of Doctor Strange at the same time when the second movie came out.
And then Miss Marvel died.
Marvel died.
Miss Marvel should die.
The Marvels came out.
Yeah, well, the Marvels should have died too. That was terrible.
I don't know. I like Silver Surfer Black better than this. And
whoa,
Silver Surfer Black. This is just a pale.
Oh, the book Silver Surfer Black. Yeah.
Whoa, where are you going?
I don't know. I was just listening to the words that came out your mouth, dude.
I guess I did not say DEI. Thumbs down for this book for me.
Really? It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just weird. He's just hanging out with somebody's mom. Like,
Watcher, we'll cover it. We'll cover it in news. Yeah, no, I thought that was kind of a cool way to do it. I thought that was pretty funny. The person that tried to assassinate.
I can see. I can see. If you're a Silver Surfer fan, you'll love this book. I'm not a Silver Surfer fan.
I wouldn't say I'm particularly a Silver Surfer fan, but I didn't find it as egregious as you did. I thought it was decent. So better than.
Well, I'm the DC fanboy. I judge Marvel harder than I judge DC.
I agree. I understand that. I understand, but like every book doesn't have to be. Well, DC knows this because they have plenty of trash. Every book doesn't have to be like.
You said DC had great writing, like an hour ago.
Yeah, but they in their history have had plenty of trash. Yes, New 52.
I'm not super familiar with who the artist is on this, but to me, this art looks like there's flashes of really good panels in there, and like, no disrespect to whoever the artist was, I wasn't able to check it, but like this person's going to be really good in a couple years. Like, I mean, like they're getting like some of the panels in there that are just like phenomenal, and then some of them are just kind of they seem like they're almost mailed in or copied. But this person's probably going to do, like, after they practice a little more and get some stuff in there, they're going to get really.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's how the book was. It just is like something that was like, I mean, yeah, you could be a grumpy DC guy over there, but fuck. I mean,
grumpy. I'm happy-go-lucky DC.
Just because you say shit with a smile doesn't mean you ain't saying shit.
But the shit goes down easier with a smile.
Hey, watcher. It ain't just Marvel DC. I've read my fair share of Image fucking toilet paper.
Ooh,
I've read some Dark Horse books that would make your fucking pubic hair just fall out, dude. Like, they are so bad.
And that's not even mention some IDW titles. Ooh.
All right, let's this is kind of, well, it's more of a thumbs down than a thumbs up, so at your own risk.
Well, no, you gave it a crooked thumbs up, didn't you?
I didn't. I just flipped through it. I didn't actually read it. Sorry.
That's why you only got the art review.
Yeah, that's it. I didn't read it, so
he's not hanging his art on his wall.
All right, so we got 4 different stories in here. Start off, we had Kevin Smith's story. Just remember that. It wasn't good. Actually, and then the art and the story that I thought was going to be good. Which one was it? The third story or something? Oh my god, the art, the thing, and that looked horrible. Oh my god. Oh, what a disaster. Was there any story that you liked in this book? I guess is the question.
That's a good question.
I don't know. I don't know. Just Spidey running around showing his ass, trying to get his costume fixed. That was just a deal breaker for me.
I think like 30 years ago, I would have found it like got some chuckles out of it. Right? I think 30 years ago, that first story would have done pretty damn good. And people have been like, oh man, I can't believe they did that in a Marvel book.
Yep. I don't know. What was that title Marvel had?
I don't know. Sempic is getting to Kevin Smith's head or something, but
what was that title? What the from Marvel?
Yeah,
that should have been a what the story back in the 90s. That's what that story
that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I don't regret it at all. I did. What? I don't know. Anyways, I just don't think. I think like the art was actually good in the first one, but the writing, like I said, was outdated. Then they had like some good writing in like the third story, but the art was just, it was so bad that it distracted from the story. It was like the DC problem. And then I think the other stories were just like.
Who's the second one? I think Al Ewing wrote the second one, the 616 Day.
616 Day, yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, the artist
which is the one that had Win in it? Was that 616 was the Doctor Strange Day, right?
Yeah.
Or the Strange one, right? And then the next one had Win in it, which wasn't a bad story. Which was the one that had Rapid. There's a new character named Rapid. They did the Captain Rapid thing.
Oh, that was Rapid Advancements. That was a Chip Zdarsky.
That was probably the best story. That story actually wasn't bad. That character seems kind of interesting. It's like a combination of Quicksilver and like I don't exactly understand exactly how his powers work. So like the problem with this book is like 50% of it is decent, like is good. But
no, the problem with this book is this.
Yes.
This was a panel from this book.
That's not even hold on. This is the Kevin Smith story. That's not even the worst thing. There's one part where they show Spider-Man's butt crack, and he does the bendo, he does the McFarlane like Spider-Man pose, but they show it from the backside.
Wow.
I will say this: that new character, Rapid, whatever his name is, he looks like a Chippendale dancer in his costume.
I don't know. I think I don't know. He looked kind of like stuff from the Ultimate Future, like Ultimate X-Men slash.
Mm.
I didn't not like that story. I thought it was good. He needs to do it his way and save the book. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's an expensive book to have to deal with this shit. I don't think the goods of this book could save this book. You know what I mean? I just don't think. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna look up real quickly. I can't remember what the other two stories.
I would say Sadowski's run on Batman. A lot of people didn't like it. The last run on Batman.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know.
I don't know, man. I think he
problem.
I think he still gets hyped a ton for some of the stuff that he. I don't know. Green Lantern Corps was good this week. We didn't read it. Oh my god, that fucking Supergirl was terrible. I'm gonna give this one a crooked thumbs down, just because. Ugh. Yeah, just because I don't think you should buy this book. It was too expensive for what you got. 616 Day. Yeah, that was the one with the entity.
Yep.
That had Wit in it. Yeah. Oh, I know that. That was the Illuminati one. That was the Ewing one. Yeah, and that art was atrocious. Rapid was okay, which was the Chuck or the Chip one. And then what was the last one?
I thought the art was JRJR for a second. The first page.
Yeah. It was it was not. It was Buckingham. It was either way, it wasn't good.
It was slightly better than JRJR.
Not by much. Nope. I don't know if that's actually a correct statement. And then I'll be honest, the last story was a Spider-Man like throw every Spider-Man and then add the Fantastic Forward into it. And I was just like, yo, dude, I'll be honest, I couldn't tell you what it was because I gave up. I just stopped reading. I mean,
continue in Venomverse.
Yeah, what? It was like 4 pages too. I didn't give a shit. It's kind of like at the end of those DC books that had that dog thing, the preview for Super Dog, and nobody cares. Crypto.
Leave crypto alone, all right?
All right, what do you got on this, Bruce?
Thumbs down.
Dub.
I didn't get to it. Sorry.
Thumbs down it is. It's all right. So leave it
you are a lucky man.
Yeah, sorry. It's been a rough week. So
No. Fair enough. Fair enough. Getting back into it.
Yeah.
All right. Is that it, or do we got one more?
Nope. That wraps up our.
All right.
Take it or leave it for the.
Let's see this real quickly. Hold on. Let me get some of this stuff off so we don't dox people. But I'm gonna pull up. Let me share the screen real quickly. We'll go over some of this. Nobody cares about Meyer ads.
I like Meyer ads.
Yeah, I do too, but we don't want Meyer ads. I'm trying to show them this settings. I should have had this already ready to go. This is where I miss Pete sometimes. He's kind of better at this than okay. Alrighty, Roo.
Than us.
Yeah, than us doing this. All right, here we go. Let's go through it real quickly. What did I read? So Ultimate, I did not read. Transformers was good this week. I wanted to see what Bruce thought about Action. That One World of Doom is just garbage. Turtles, nobody cares. I know people like something. Some people say that. I read the Batman and Robin. Dean was in it. I thought it was decent. I know a lot of people I heard talking about it at the shop site was good. Magic, I read that. Number 6, really good this week. Make sure you're reading it. Exceptional X-Men. Oh my gosh.
It's ending. I think this is the last issue.
Yeah, they should. Did you read Action?
No, but I know Wade is doing the Superboy stories for the summer.
Okay. World Tree was good. Geiger's good. That's fine. I tried reading the Phoenix thing. I'm gonna have to go back and try reading again. I haven't been up on Aquaman. People say Aquaman's pretty good, but
it's really good.
Okay, maybe next time we'll get into it.
It's tying into the whole absolute thing, and
Matt was in the chat saying that the new Avengers was good, so I went and grabbed it to pick it up.
Yeah,
I don't agree.
No.
You know what I think it is? I think there's like a hat. There's a girl who's wearing like who's under the sheets, and then I think she has like a bikini on. I think that got him on it. So Deadpool and Wolverine, I think somebody was saying is okay, but I didn't read that. Supergirl sucked this week, Bruce. You cannot defend that. It was garbage.
I didn't defend it the first time. I thought it was interesting with thick Supergirl. That's all I can say who she is, but I don't know. It wasn't for me. I don't know. I don't know where they go.
I don't know, dude. I didn't read it. I did not read it, so you'd have to ask somebody who read it.
I haven't had time.
Blah, 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 blah. I didn't read Carnage. Read that freaking Giant's Eyes. That was garbage. Runaways is garbage. Didn't read Conan. V Wars. That's what he's saying. That's 10 already. I don't know. Hey, can I start V Wars at 11, or do I have to go back and read them?
Did you read the original series?
No. What?
Vampire Wars. I mean, World War
yes,
V.
I think so. I think yes.
Yeah, there's one little mini series in between that and this and the current one.
Okay.
But it's only like 4 issues. I forgot the title. But they're easy reads, and a lot happens. So,
did you get to Hello Darkness this week? Because I didn't.
No, I didn't. I didn't get a chance yet.
And fuck you for Trinity Wonder Woman because you say it's good. It is not.
I didn't say it was good. I haven't read it yet.
No, well, any of them is not good. Blood Type was good. I didn't read Fire and Ice. I read Lost Fantasy.
You read Trinity?
Yeah, it was not good. Yeah, I would rather stab myself in the eyes than have to read it.
Have you been reading Trinity?
It's number one right now.
Well, they've had Trinity backup stories in different issues.
Yeah,
I like what they do with Damien and John and Trinity. Their dynamic actually works, and they've been building their relationship over the last year.
Yeah. What was this book? Oh, that's ugly. All right. That was the spoiler. That's the spoiler cover? How's that a spoiler cover?
Okay. You can't see what you're looking at if you're trying to.
Oh, shoot. Sorry.
Hey, Ed. Hey,
kids.
We
dropped it already? I was looking through some of this stuff. It was the Phoenix book. Oh, I already dropped it off the screen somehow. Whatever.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, yeah. Okay, cool. We're done with that. Let's get into. We got to get into UDR.
UDR. I got to run.
So because Kevin Smith did a book, I did UDR on Kevin Smith this week.
Really?
Prior to reading the actual book. Yeah. Well, you know what, dude? This is what I'm thinking. Like, sometimes...
Hold on, let me run the thing, and then you can tell us all about it.
You got to remember, I'm a digger, Brucifer. So I dig a lot. And like one of the things I always enjoyed, and how C-List and now a bunch of stuff that's on this channel that rolled off of C-List becomes is like, it's pretty much just always been what I dig for, right? Like I have an idea, I dig, I put it in a chat, then somebody comes up with I don't know, books you can't believe sell for this. But like, so UDR kind of is the digging scenario. And sometimes I just think it's easier for us to remember stuff by like what the artist did, like their first thing or something to that effect. So with Kevin, I will tell you, I was a fan of the Green Arrow that he did. And I was a fan of Green Hornet too. I read it in trade for the Green Hornet. But I didn't think either one was absolutely terrible. I do, however, think some of his other writings were. So I figured I'd go back and see maybe what some of his books were. And by the way, they're not going to be expensive, but like you should always like one of the good things about digging. We talked about this with Tony Fleece is like when him, Tone and what's his name out Chicago do it. Like they'll throw a bunch of books on top and they'll be like, this is the first appearance of this. And we do the same thing. We're similar, but they do it more as an artist in their work. And that's not my like strong point. My strong point is like first appearances or like, hey, this book is expensive because of this, as he noted. You know what I mean? So like that's kind of more what I do. I don't usually get into the artist ones, but having a conversation a couple of weeks ago with him too, we do every once in a while know that. Like I know where his first work is. I know where like Dave's work is. Like I know like that, you know, that's a Dave Filoni did something in a Kong book, or not a Kong book, a Godzilla book. So like you know, like certain things like that. So I figured, hell, let's do Kevin Smith because it's easy. And you know, not everybody's getting them, but sometimes, especially if he dies, because I hear Ozempic is like freezing up people's guts. You know, you might want to have a couple of these books around. So let's get into them. First off, oh Jesus, yeah, this is gonna take some explaining. So speaking of Oni, they did Clerks, the comic book. Now, this is a running trend you'll see with a couple of these books that I'm going to cover with him. There's more than one print, but here's the tricky part with Clerks. Do you know how to, by the way, just look at the pictures. Do you know how to tell the difference between the prints?
Color of the magazine?
Yeah, color of the comic.
Yeah, color of the titty magazine for all you gooners. But there's a real big problem because the Clerks 1 and 2 always get screwed up for first and second print because the color of the magazine, it's like almost a peaches pink in the first one and a little bit more of a pink than peach color in the second one. But I will tell you this, the dates when you look inside is February. What date do you figure the second print came out in? March, of course. Okay, there you go. March it is. Very good. Very good. There you go. Very good. Very good. March it is. So that's how you tell the difference between the prints. Third print is the yellow book. Fourth print is the blue book. First and second is the hardest to do. Digger. Okay. Got it. He's a what? All right. Anyways, 9/8 for this book, though. I'll go for 130. It's hard to find it. This is just for the first print. Raw averaging $18 for the first print. The second is $5 because I think most people don't understand what it is. And by the way, none of these are really in great condition when you see them. They kind of effed up. I will tell you that people do enjoy buying these books to get them signed also. So a lot of them have been like in the signing things. $12 for the third print and $10 for the fourth print. Third print is the yellow book. Fourth print is the blue book, just so you know. But anyways, if you can find these in Diggers, go dig them. I have not either, ever.
I've never seen this cover.
Never. All right.
I've sold a few of these.
All right. Next up is the first time we see Blunt Man and Snookum Bookums here.
Blunt Man and Chronic.
Yeah, Blunt Man. Yes, Blunt Man. Snooky Boogies. Also a very popular book for them to sign. And if you can get some of these, make sure you go to Astronomicon. You can make a killing off this. This is their double feature, the Oni double feature. So Oni used to have a thing where, like the two-sided book, they had a double feature book. They come out with it. I think it went all the way up to like, 20 something. This is number 12, yellow cover. 9/6s go for $90. Never seen a 9/8. Raw selling for about $12. Okay, easy. And then next up, we've got the first cover appearance of the two dudes. Remember, double feature. This I should probably put this one first. You see the secret broadcast on the back of it. It actually changes, I think, on book 2, second print, and third print. Once again, you've got different colors here. Purple is first print. Blue is second print. Third print is pink. First print going for $5. Second print is going for about $2.50. The third print is averaging $8. I will tell you, in good condition, it's probably more like $15-$16 for it in good condition. Make sure you're checking the back side to see if you get the other one, the secret broadcast portion of the double feature. Sometimes you see that instead because they don't know who's on the front, but it's easy to understand. All right. Next up, I don't know if you guys know this, but one of his first Marvel works was in Marvel Knights, a very exciting property now. For some reason, people are loving Marvel Knights again. They're re-seeing it and they're seeing it. There's 2 different versions of this book. I think there's actually 3, to be honest with you, now that I think about it. But we don't talk a lot about it, but Dynamic Forces, well, I guess now that we're not going to see Diamond anymore, we're probably not seeing that anymore. Dynamic Forces, huh?
What's Diamond?
Yeah, well, guess we're not gonna see Dynamic Forces. I will tell you this: I'm surprised, Bruce, that people haven't started collecting Dynamic Forces. Like I know in Star Wars, it's something. There's like people do collect the Dynamic Forces. They actually garner a premium. A lot of the Dynamic Forces have some type of foil touching to them, especially in the Dark Horse era or stuff like that. But people typically will pay a little bit extra for the DFs.
I know some of the was it Alex Ross Dynamic Forces for Captain America demands quite a high value for those.
Yeah, it's very interesting because in small groups, but I'm just surprised with like all the crap that we saw during the pandemic, including such things as like Tyler Christopher things, the hip hop covers, all that type of crap.
Yeah.
Not that it's crap. Some of it, I mean, I obviously was collecting the hip hop covers early on because I liked some of them. Huh?
There were a lot.
Well, I was only collecting volume 1 and 2. And then after that I stopped because they used to sell. Well, people don't understand with the hip hop covers where a lot of them were like a ratio off of like buying something else. And then what the stores that I would go to would sell you 2 copies. You could buy the 8. If you bought the 8 copy, then you could buy the whatever copy or whatever. And it was cheap because they were getting them at a discount too for the variant. So like it was like buy 2 for the price of 1. Anyways, but Kevin Smith did get a Marvel's Night thing, I think in 2000 and I want to say 2001-ish. Is that when this was out? Marvel Knights, Daredevil?
I have never read a Marvel Knights book.
Really?
Nope.
I'm going to send you Mutant X Town. That was good. I think you'll like it. It has Bishop in it and he's a detective. Mutant Town, was that what it's called? Yeah. Anyways, people do enjoy this, or at least they did. I know that people either love or hate Kevin Smith, and some people just love to hate on Kevin Smith.
Yeah, true.
I mean, that's what they like. But you got a Joey Q doing a lot of the art here too. So Daredevil #1, probably just because that's where he started in Marvel. 9/8 go for like 160 on the regular A cover. Raw is going about $20 for high grade, $8 for not high grade on average. And then the DF, raw averaging for about $20. 9/8s are going either for $170 or $70. We know what this is, right? What it is people are not saying that's a DF variant. So when they're saying it's DF variant, it's going for 170. They then put it up as Daredevil 1. They don't list any of the other stuff and put it for auction. It goes for like $70, $80 after that. So you can either buy for 170 or 80 or $70. I'm saying, there you go. I think people should collect DFs. And then Olive's Green Arrow. People know him for his Green Arrow. This is probably his big DC break too. I guess is what you can say because that's what he did for DC. This is his first one here. Green Arrow #1, The Quiver. I didn't think it was a terrible storyline. I don't know if you've ever read it before, Brucifer. It does introduce a character that at one point got a little hot and then has cooled back off. We'll cover it in a minute. I don't know. Pia, raw averages is going for about $4 on this. I will tell you this. If you can find the hardcover trade or the hardcover trades in this, they go for a pretty penny. So if you can find them, $20, $30, good luck. They go pretty well, like $80, $90. Most of his run, yes, absolutely was, including in Green Arrow. That's actually what happened. It started in Green Hornet, and then yes, the Daredevil. That's why Marvel, I think, only gave him. No, he did one Black Cat issue for Marvel. There's a Marvel mini, and I think he did #3. I can't remember exactly what it was called, but I bet you it had like lesbian jokes in it and butt jokes at one point. Green Arrow, averaging $4. And then here we go, Onomatopoeia. I don't remember why this is getting hype as a thing. Was he supposed to show up in something rumored?
I have no idea.
At one point. A lot of people say that his cameo or not first full appearance is in 12. And his first is in 13. That's why you see it sell together. Also, you get a new Speedy in Green Arrow #2. I mean, that Green Arrow #2 is only a couple $1 book. 12 and 13 has fallen, though. It's about $3 each. But if you get them in a set, which it typically does sell in the set, sells a set for anywhere from 12 to 15, but averaging about $10 on average for the two of them together. He's coming back for Batman Deadpool crossover. Oh Jesus, that's not.
Yeah,
that's going to be something. Well, I mean, that's where you should probably put him.
Yep, that's a good spot.
This Green Arrow book was actually pretty good. Like this actual run of Green Arrow was probably his only good work. Like I said, the collection sells really well. If you can find the collection for this Green Arrow, this what the hell volume is it? Is it volume 2? Volume 3?
No, probably
volume 5? Volume 6? Whatever one it is, it's the Quiver.
It's volume 3.
Volume 3. That's right. It's volume 3. Yeah, it's the Quiver. Just pick it up. It's usually in pretty good shape. You can read through and do it next. All right, and finally, because we read these books, or wait, this guy didn't show up in this book, but since I didn't do retro, I decided to hit up the Pride book that we had this week through Marvel and introduce Arnie Roth. For those people that don't know, this was the dude that stood up for Captain America when he was Steve Rogers, the wimpy guy. There's two very distinguished pictures of him. One is when he's the old fat dude, which they love to show him, and he's got he's missing chiclets in some of the pictures that they show him. I don't know people that are missing teeth, but get that done. We get to see him in Captain America 268, 9/8, $75, raw averaging $2.50. There's a couple other first appearances in here. It's just a fun book to pick up so that you know that's what you got. You can give it to a friend. And finally, we talked about this book in the previews that we didn't read it, but the Batman and Robin had the demon in there. It was a pretty good book. I always like this character. I always find it intriguing. I probably have about 15 copies of this book. There's also Kirby art, and I'm probably never going to sell any of them. And I don't know why I keep buying them. I don't know why. Look, the character shows up with a lot of Constantine storylines too. So I do enjoy seeing him every once in a while. What's his name? Something Blood. Isn't it Jonathan Blood or something?
Jason Blood.
Jason Blood. Yeah. So I get to see him a lot every once in a while. And I think DC does a good job with using him sparingly because, to be honest with him, getting his own title like Kirby did, probably not the not the sweetest of moves. So like later on, I think they've done a very good job of him. He does kind of like this in between Dark Realm type thing, which is really cool. So check it out. I didn't make you guys read Demon for the retro, but we were gonna read it, and then I remembered it's not that good. Anyways, 7/0s, raw averaging. For this book actually has been picking up price too. Like it's a weird book. Like when I bought most of these copies, and most of them probably were between the 7 and 9. They were not this expensive. They weren't $75 for a 7/0-ish type books, which is that what they're selling now. People listing as high grade are selling for like $150. I mean, this used to be a $10, $15 in the 7/0. So it has been picking up decently. And what I'm saying not even that long ago. I'm saying like 5 years ago, 4 years ago was that type?
Yeah, right. Exactly. It wasn't that long ago.
Wasn't that long ago. So you're seeing a little bit of picking up in it. I might have to start digging them out, but they're randomly thrown in boxes because it was just cheap Kirby art. You know what I mean? Like but that's kind of what this list is about. So 7/0s go for 125 graded, which isn't great, but 9/6s go for 1K. So
wow,
enjoy that, bro.
Well, I mean, like, so you said like, a couple years ago. So let's say this was a 1972 book. So like 3 years ago, it turned 50 years old. So that might have something to do with
fair.
It's getting old.
Yeah, well, I think too, though, he keeps showing up. Like the character does keep showing up in a lot of DC stuff. Like if they're ever going to introduce the Dark Justice League, to be honest with you, this character is the gateway between mainline DC characters and introducing that type of realm stuff, where you can get the Zatanna off of it, or you could get the Constantine. You could easily cross it over and give a nod to Kirby while you're at it, which I don't ever think it's bad to like give a little. I mean, it sucks because we got to hear all the stories and everything else, but like just tip the cat to him every once in a while. You know what I mean? So there you go. That is the Demon. That is Under the Radar. Now let's get into the place that everybody wants. I assume we're going to talk about Superman's trailer. Let's get into news. Dub, I'll run the thing for you.
Oh, thanks.
I think I'll run the thing for you. Oh my god, when was the last time we did a would you? Yeah, we might.
Why'd you put that out? We're not doing that.
I know, but we should do it. We should do that again.
I've been trying. I've been trying. I just haven't had a chance.
The answer for all of it is no, not eating it.
I've started a couple times. I've started a segment, and I get out of date. So we're supposed to talk about a Superman.
You know what I had? Hold on. Can I tell you what I had the other day that I didn't think was going to be good, but I had? I thought I was eating a Chips Ahoy cookie, and it was a Chips Ahoy cookie, but it was supposed to be, I don't know what the hell the middle was supposed to be, but it was like marshmallow in the middle. It was actually really good. Dude.
Marshmallows.
Yeah, not like a marshmallow-y substance. It was really good. It was really good.
Was like a s'more cookie?
I don't know, man. They're at the store right now at Myers, so figure it out. I'll figure it out. I'll look it up.
Well, I had ketchup chips for the first time in Canada.
Oh, Canada!
Nice. You should have got a Harvey burger. I love Harvey burgers, man.
Ketchup chips are the saltiest things I've ever eaten. I felt like I was gonna have a heart attack after I finished that bag.
You know what I like? I really do. They don't make them as much anymore, but there's a pickle, there's a Frederick's or whatever, but it wasn't just them. Twisted pretzels, but it's pickle. They're pickle flavor. And I swear to God, it is the same thing. Like it'll tickle the back of your throat. But whoa, pause.
What?
Pause. What kind of
restaurants are you going to?
Pause. But damn, it was good. Okay, they're called Chips Ahoy ice cream sandwich chocolate chip cookies.
And ice cream sandwich.
Duh.
So it's an ice cream sandwich that's not ice cream.
Yeah, or a sandwich.
Okay.
But I had one. I was like, I'll take another one. They're like, no, we only got one left. I was like, all right, cool.
Oh.
So. All right. I didn't even know those were a thing. So. All right, we're gonna talk about some news.
Yeah, it's $50. It's not bad. Yeah,
that's pretty good. It was okay, Ron. It wasn't that great though.
Yeah, it's not that great. And yes.
That's Bagley art in that one, right?
Yep.
Mark Bagley. Yeah,
it is, but it's not good Bagley art.
Yeah, the good Bagley art's in ASM.
Yes, it is. Actually, probably one of my best. I like Spider-Man. I like Bagley Spider-Man. One of the best. I think it's one of the best.
I agree. I like Bagley Spider-Man quite a bit.
I think it's like there. Like, I think he gets it right. Sorry, go ahead.
That's all right. We're gonna talk about Diamond. We haven't talked about it. I don't know if you guys covered it last week, but Diamond. So this was a thing where they canceled all of these orders. I'm not sure. I don't think you guys talked about this last week. This was inevitable because, I mean, they canceled all the orders because they can't get the books. I mean, that's pretty much it. As of June 25th, you're no longer going to be able to get books from Diamond. So this is another PSA. You got 2 weeks. 2 weeks is going to be your last time Diamond is going to ship Marvel books, Dark Horse books, Boom, IDW, all the stuff.
I mean, who?
I'm just saying.
At this point, who?
There could be some shops out there.
I know a few people.
I know. Well, they should be. I'll be honest. They should be out of business at this point.
Okay. Well, so this is a PSA for anyone watching. If your shop does do this and they do go out of business, you're going to have to find another place to buy your books. So
they're going to lie to you if they're still doing it, right? Like you're not out there. Who's out there in the streets going like, I'm still buying from Diamond?
I don't know. Even the hardcores I had to switch over. Like, I mean, you're not going to get books. I know.
Once again, that's not our problem. That's Diamond's. That's those.
Oh, it's the old guys that are angry that still goes to con in Hawaiian shirts, pajama pants, and flip flops. Those are the guys that are still on Diamond.
Well, they're also the guys that bitched the longest time about how fucking terrible Diamond was.
Yep.
That they're worst ever. Diamond's the worst. They're the worst. And then they're the guys, I can't believe that. Well, because your bitch asses were broke and Diamond was giving you line of credits, which you shouldn't have been doing. I don't know. My opinion.
Yep. So in the ongoing saga with Diamond, there's other Diamond news that we have. And one is Ad Populum, which is the company that bought Diamond in some way, is not paying publishers. They had a date. They were supposed to pay publishers.
Oh my!
The first time, and they didn't. The date came and went, and they didn't do it. So Ad Populum said the invoice weren't going to get paid because they believe that the money that they paid to bankruptcy was going to pay the publishers.
Oh my
Isn't
God.
that how it usually goes? You pay the bankruptcy court, then a court makes the payments, distributes the money.
Yeah, I have a feeling that some of these things may not, like they're talking about different things. Like I'm gonna guess if publishers are sending new books to this new company, they need to get paid for those books.
Hmm.
That's what I'm thinking about. I mean, any old debt, yeah, that all should go through bankruptcy court.
Yeah.
But if this new company is selling books from distributors, let's say they have books from Dynamite, Oni Press, whatever, and they need to pay Dynamite or Oni Press when they get the book, or whatever,
No, that's not how that works.
or their terms.
I think I hear what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
So they thought, I don't know. Fuck, this is such a fucking mess.
I think Diamond was still taking orders, and they knew they were going into bankruptcy.
No. So what I think it kind of sounds like is like you're gonna get terms, right? Like,
yeah,
everybody gets terms. So if you pay up so that your bill is current, then you go back to terms. And what it sounds like they're saying no COD, and Ad is saying, wait a minute, why aren't we on terms? Is that what I'm hearing?
I don't know because I couldn't figure out what payments they were talking about. Because if Ad Populum is saying that it should have been through the bankruptcy court, that's not new. That's not new debt. Like that's old.
Yeah, but I get that. But like, who like? So the court doesn't actually, like, the judge isn't the guy making the payments, right? Like, not right. I'm telling you, the judge is not the guy that makes the payments, right? So what happens is they usually have people coming in that oversee everything, and through the bankruptcy manager comes in and they distribute the stuff, and this is how it's printed out. That's how. I have never had to go through a bankruptcy before, thank God, but I know some people who have, and I know some companies that have. And usually, and as Bruce will knowledge, he has some knowledge in this factor too. Yep. He's heard how this goes, but usually they'll get a board or a management team in there, and they take through it and distribute the funds. And it's pretty black and white before any agreements get down there that it gets down. Now, there should, because it's the lawyers that handle this. And this whole thing has been crazy too, because I've never heard so many morons that have mommy and daddy's money to just throw out there at stuff and think that's how it works, and just not realize how the court system works, and talk about it. Like, what are you talking about? Like the one company that said they bought something and they didn't even put any money down, and then somebody said no, and then like that nonsense. But like, this isn't how this works either. Like, you agree to a thing. There's no way that the manager of the estate didn't distribute the money, because if they didn't, then the bankruptcy nothing's gone through at all. Like
it's not being done. It's not being executed properly.
Well, but there's no choice to execute it properly. That they're saying somebody's committing fraud. Like, let's be clear what they're saying here. They are saying somebody just committed fraud. Somebody took their money.
Ad Populum believes they have made payments to the bankruptcy estate to pay the publishers, and it was up to the estate to distribute those payments. That's what exactly what you're saying is what Ad Populum. They said they paid.
Yes.
We've paid the bankruptcy estate, and they're supposed to send the payments to the publishers. That's what.
Are they? But are they referring? So they're using funny wordage there.
Mm-hmm.
Are they saying they paid the estate? Are they saying the estate is Diamond, or are they saying they paid the estate manager? Because if they are saying they paid Diamond, you're not supposed to be sending checks to Diamond. That's not who facilitates that.
Advice from Ad Populum for publishers was to reach out to the assigned support teams.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. The manager. Yeah.
I will say this. Knowing a little about this, anything that wasn't listed in the bankruptcy papers, any transactions that happened after the paperwork was filed, you're not getting paid.
Yeah,
it's not covered under the bankruptcy terms. So you're not getting paid if your transactions were after Diamond filed their bankruptcy paperwork,
which we know for a fact that people 15 fucking covers Dynamite, fucking geniuses. Remember we're asking questions. How the fuck is somebody still sending them 18,000 copies of books? Yeah, well, you aren't getting paid for that.
Nope, not that $500,000 or whatever we talked about a couple weeks ago.
Not happening.
Nope.
So on top of all this confusion that we have going on now, ad populum.
There's more.
There's more.
Oh Jesus!
They're suing Alliance Entertainment, which was the original winners of the bid for Diamond. So Alliance won the bid, then they backed out. Then this ad populum, Sparkle Entertainment.
Whoa.
Yeah. So they're suing them, and they're saying that Alliance stole secrets because they had access to Diamond stuff, and then they also took employees from Diamond to Alliance. Sorry, I'm trying to say the word. So they are upset that employees got poached and trade secrets were revealed to Alliance during that short time that Alliance may have been the buyer for Diamond.
But once again, Alliance, you can't be a buyer unless you send in unless your check gets accepted. From my understanding, their check never was cashed.
Nope. Never was. Yeah, it was
going
to happen, then it wasn't going to happen.
We know we have the leading bid. That's cool, but that's not how that works.
Right.
Like, it's in the once again, that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of people are saying shit, and you're just like, that ain't how any of that shit works. Like, you're not like, if you're it ain't like doing a deal on the at a comic book convention where you're like, what's your best offer? All right. And then somebody jumps over your shoulder. That's not what happened there. They did not get approval through the court to actually buy it, and the payments didn't go through. So, and then now what they're saying is ad populum saying we paid for it. And now I'm not saying which comic book companies, by the way. I'm not saying which dumbasses out there were mailing books to fucking Diamond and running up fucking bills to try to get paid back because they have terrible business practices. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying somebody out there was doing something like that and then trying to charge ad podium. And at the same time, you got a Alliance here, which God knows how they're even in. I mean, I would at this point, like, this is what you don't want to have happen. I'm just going to tell everybody about this. Like, here's what you don't want to have happen. Don't sue somebody if you got shit in your closets. Because there's something. Oh, where are you, Bruce? You're going to love this word. There's a little word called discovery.
Oh.
And what you do not want to have happen is somebody.
I had to come back for that.
Yeah. What you don't want. Like, there's a lot of people who've talked shit to me before, too. And I say, come sue me. Because what I want is discovery. Because
give me all little skeletons
what you
in the closet.
Don't want to do is be doing some illegal shit.
Can explain discovery for?
So what happens is when they file against something for you, especially when they're saying like, hey, we won a bid, or like we did this or this or this. And then all of a sudden somebody comes back and tries to countersue and say something, I don't know, like, hey, this person actually is a thief. Well, the person who they're saying that, and I'm using thief in a general term, but they're accusing them of something. The person then can either accept the terms that they have committed that crime, or they can say, we don't commit that crime. And the minute they say either one of those, if they say we don't, then you go to something called discovery, which is where the group gets their lawyers together and they dig through all your personal shit. And they get all this paperwork and they get to come out with all this stuff, because then they get to call your character into question, right? Like, that's where they get to do it. And when they do that to prove it as defense that you have not committed slander, or that you had the right to commit a contract, a binding and legal contract someplace, they can find a lot of shit out about you, like a lot of shit out about you. And that may be not what you want to have happen if you've been doing some shady ass shit. So what it sounds like here is a certain company was like, yo, dude,
Nice, Marlo. That's a good one.
It sounds like it sounds like thank you. My cousin Vinny, I assume that's what he's saying I am. Yes, thank you. I'm not a lawyer. I assume what's going on here is a very easy term and legally that you might want to know. There's an acronym for it. FO. Wait. FAFO. FAFO. And it sounds like somebody was fucking around and somebody else is about to find out because that ain't, dude, this is wild. And a double? There's a lot of people, there's people just shouldn't be on the internet too. I mean, I just think sometimes people just shouldn't be on the internet, right? Like you just should because, F around. Okay.
Can I give a little example of why big companies and certain companies don't want to get to the discovery process? Let's take, for example, a lawsuit a certain actress fired from The Mandalorian has against Disney.
Okay.
Her lawyers want to get to discovery. Disney tried to have the case thrown out before it gets to discovery. Because if it gets to discovery, they will have to call Kevin Feige and Kathleen Kennedy to the stand. And Disney does not want those two on the stand telling their business practice and hiring procedures under oath.
Because it could not even be to them. Like, mind you, they ask the right question. What they'll try to do is get to pleading the fifth because it'll make them look bad. But they're going to ask them questions that you would be like, well, that doesn't even have to deal with the actress in the thing. But it's okay because if they get as long as the judge doesn't agree with the objection, they're still going to have to answer the question. And what the prosecuting lawyer or the lawyer that would work for this actress would do is try to get them to say, "I'll plead the fifth," or "I can't give you that information," or
it's the plaintiff and the respondent.
Yeah. So So like they want the respondent to look bad, right? And just, I can't tell you, I can't say that, I can't
discovery.
Do that. Yeah, and that's why you want to get into discovery. And like it doesn't matter if you're right or wrong. You could have been fired for a right reason, right? You absolutely could have.
Yep.
But that lawyer that you hire, they don't give a shit. They want you they want you to look bad. So, but holy shit, this is like, all right. No, somebody's not getting any Christmas presents this year.
Yeah, it's a mess.
I can't wait for the Hulu movie.
Yeah. Hey, I like that liquidation. No, hey, Barlord, no love lost here. Like, yeah, what they did to distributing, it was just a shame.
It was terrible. Quick question for you.
So that's kind of how we were talking about. Like, I think when people realize, even like we were talking about DFs earlier, you know what I mean? I think when people realize that it's going to be because it's just like DCUs. By the way, check out Brucifer's channel for DCU stuff and stuff like that.
On the hunt.
You have people like Steve Horn that came out really early on DCUs, was like a pioneer of that type of stuff. All of a sudden, it kind of spread. Bruce was interested in these after that. Now he's doing a great job covering it. You know what I mean? And more people because of that keep getting a bigger circle, right? Yeah. So yeah, I think like at one point it just takes people to talk about it. So when you talk about like when you start talking about our like the DFs and you start talking about stuff that came out of Diamond for their exclusive, you might see people hunting it because, to be honest with you, people love to hunt stuff and apparently Fowl, what's that dude's name? Kreider. Fowl Kreider. He loves pictures of books all the time, man. You know what I mean? And you see how he collects. James Kreider. You see how he collects in circles. You see that when you see people collab. So yeah, I think there's going to be it. I don't know if it's going to be right off the bat. I don't know if it's going to be right now. But if you looked at some of the stuff that I was showing you in UDR over the years, that's kind of why you try to grab them cheap when you're digging, right? Like that's the point of it. So
and this might be the last year of Free Comic Book Day as we know it.
Right.
I've heard that might not be true.
What?
I've heard that they put down the road work to it. It might be able. Well, but you're right.
Yeah, but it's Ad Populum that owns the name Free Comic Book Day, the trademark or whatever. So
yeah. Yeah, you're
so
right.
that it would, if I don't know what's going on, we don't know what's going to be.
How funny
going on
would
with these
I mean?
people.
They're never gonna do documentary on this, but it's gonna be funny when it comes out. Like, not for everybody. I'm just gonna find it enjoyable when you get to see like how stupid some of this
Well,
is.
the one good thing
I
that
would
comes
watch
out
it.
of this is a certain company won't be able to print 45 covers for issue number 1 every week.
Or issue number 7.
Or issue number 18.
Well, you don't need that ultraviolet virgin metal.
That probably is what killed. I mean, to be honest, that's probably what killed.
That didn't help. All right, let's we've given this a lot of time. Let's move on to the box office report here. Any ideas what the number 1 movie in America was this last week?
Lilo and Stitch. Holding on to number 1.
No, something else. Anything else?
Anything else? It could be anything else, but it's
nothing else came out. Yeah.
Ballerina came out.
Actually, Ballerina did.
Ballerina did. Yeah.
From the world of John Wick.
I haven't been able to see it yet. I'll go see it eventually.
I heard it's amazing. I haven't seen it, but
no doubt it's a John Wick movie.
Oh, get out of here.
From the world of John Wick.
3 and 4 sucked.
Huh?
3 and 4 sucked.
Well, that's not a fucking good take.
That's my take. My take the number wrong.
It's wrong. Yes, it is.
Wow. I disagree with that one.
You can be wrong all you want. You just keep piling them up, just like Diamond Debt. You just keep piling them up.
But I don't have to worry about discovery.
He said it here. All right, Karate Kid Legends garbage. Okay, Mission. I don't know why people, dude. Somebody tried to sell me on Mission Impossible. They're like, yeah, man. Out of the last 16, it's like so good. I go, bro.
It's the best
I watched
out of
the first
10.
one, and that was the last one I watched. There was nothing wrong with the first one, but I didn't think we needed any more. How many is this? Is this like 8 or 12 or something?
This
right?
Is 10 or 11.
Wow.
Right. You don't need 11. You don't need 12.
I think the last one I saw, Superman. He was fighting Superman.
8.
Henry
He's
Cavill.
fighting Superman.
Henry Cavill was in one of them.
Really? Okay. Well,
yeah.
Which one's got more? This or the car one with Vin Diesel?
They're about the same. Because the last one was what, Fast X?
Hey, I mean, if that's your gimmick, if you like it, I mean, I get it. Look, I'm not telling everybody they need to watch all the John Wick stuff. But I mean, I like all the John Wick stuff. I like the Continental. I liked it all, man. I mean, I do. I like it all. So I can understand why people like that. But like, if I'm like, oh, yo, dude, did you watch John Wick, Ballerina? And they're like, oh, no, I haven't watched anything but the first one. Oh, that's cool, man. First one was great. If you go with Mission Impossible, they're like, oh, dude, did you see Mission Impossible? I haven't seen one since the first one. They're like, what's wrong with you? Like, it's the same fucking movie. John Wick, I'm never going to tell you that John Wick 1 and John Wick 4 are different fucking movies. It's the same fucking movie. It's the exact same fucking movie. There ain't nothing different between John Wick 1 and John Wick 4. But I enjoy them all the same. But don't try to sell me some bullshit like Mission Impossible 15 ain't about some short dude wearing platforms trying to do his own fucking stunts on stunts you don't believe shit going on, and he's just hanging on a fucking wire the whole time. He
jumped out of a plane 17 times.
I don't give a shit if he jumped out of a plane 36 times. I ain't trying to watch short people jump out of planes. Ain't trying to do it.
He holds the Guinness World Record for most parachutes being set on fire.
What? But that's just not like, bro. How many times did John Wick shoot a gun that was out of bullets? About 1,000. I don't tell you that fucking stat, do I? No, because nobody gives a shit. Nobody. And I'm a fan of John Wick. I ain't gonna tell you how many times John Wick has a bulletproof thing that should have got shot in his head, but for some reason it ricocheted off of thin air. Nope, not gonna do it. Because who gives a shit, right? Or this is the one thing that John Wick fans do annoy me, fellow John Wick fans. Did you know have you seen the video of him at the range? No, I don't give a shit what Keanu Reeves doing at the range. Don't give a fuck. I want to see another John Wick movie. That's it. Don't care about Keanu Reeves. Don't get it twisted. I just like John Wick. That's all I like. I don't. Berserker,
so you
zero
don't watch,
fucks given. John Wick, yes.
You don't watch Keanu Reeves TikTok videos of him dancing his bedroom?
No, I've never seen it, never will. I don't even, to be honest, I don't have TikTok on a single device. Never have, never will.
Okay.
No, I'm good.
And by the way, Stitch is the same height as Tom Cruise.
Agreed. And Pete is 2 inches taller than both of them.
All right,
We're heels.
we're gonna move on to Warner Brothers Discovery is splitting into 2 companies.
Shut the fuck up.
Which makes perfect sense.
Why? Who cares?
Because as they
So you
split,
fired a bunch of people so you could write off your debt.
I'll let Dub finish reading before I give
my bad.
Okay, it's going to be a streaming in studios with the television, WB television, pictures, games, DC, HBO, and then the global networks, which are like CNN, TNT, Discovery, and other TV networks. So, like, isn't this what it was like before they merged?
Yeah, but they had to write off all that debt.
No,
So they could fire a bunch of people,
right off the
and
debt.
then
a lot of
that.
There's going to be a lot of people fired, laid off, and
there's a lot of people that were in the union, and
they're taking the $37 billion debt that AT&T accrued for Warner Brothers and putting that to the TV side. This way, the studio side is debt free. So at some point, this separate company can file for bankruptcy and wipe away that $37 billion debt. And then WB Studios will be debt free and not tarnish the Warner Brothers Pictures name.
That's not true. They don't give a shit about that. Nobody gives a shit about that. Nobody gives a shit about that. That's not true. This is what they did.
To the television side.
No, this is what happened. They had to put both together for 2 things. One, there's a bunch of contracts that they had to get rid of. Second off, they had to write off the extra debt that they have. They have a window. What is it? 18 months of debt that they can write off in that period of time. Already. No, I know, but then you have to stay on for a certain amount of period of time after that. Then they have to also, because they had to cancel a bunch of contracts with the union, because it's not just one union they're doing, what they're doing 15. The only excuse they can get out of those long-term contracts with the union is one thing: duplication of employment, which they can when they end up merging. So they merged. Now, since they don't, what's the thing called, Bruce, where you do the thing and it looks like you scam people?
A Ponzi scheme?
No, not that one. The one where they do it where they work the workers' right thing, where they like do certain things to put up stoppers, like union blocking and stuff like that. That's not what it's called.
Union busting.
Not union busting. It's called something else. But there's a way that they have to, for a period of time, have it show out that they didn't actually need their employees, or they would get sued by the unions. That period's gone. Now they can split it back off. You throw your debt all into one company. Your stock price goes up in the second company that you split off already. You look either one, good for that, because you can start taking residuals off of that, making yourself more money off the stock price because you can buy back your stock. That's option number 1. Option number 2 is you could actually sell that off, or you could sell off your debt company. They could liquidate some of that stuff, prime it out, and divide that up again, making one profitable and one non-profitable, and keep moving that down below. Yeah. That's what they're doing with those 2 things.
So
and that's what the plan always was.
Both companies, like Marco said, will be separately publicly traded on the stock market. So they will,
one of them will get money, one of them won't. Yeah, I'd agree. I'd agree, except for shout out Disney.
And this has been done already with Universal. It was done back in the 90s with Comcast.
Comcast.
Unfortunately,
AT&T's done it 6 times, by the way. AT&T. This is AT&T. AT&T.
Listen, I still got HBO, free HBO Max because of the AT&T deal for life on my phone. I don't pay for Max.
You can't ever change your phone plan.
Nope.
All right. So the Legend of Zelda live action movie has been pushed back to summer of 2027. Initially, the date was announced, I believe it was December of 2026, and they pushed it back 6 months or so. Miyamoto-san came out and said it himself. He posted it, so that way people don't get mad because he's the one posting it.
I mean, don't people still get mad?
Nintendo fans don't get mad. They just said, "Thank you, sir. Give me more."
Yep, that's how that works. That's pretty much right on.
What's up, DK? Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. If you see, I think you might be right. The Nintendo fans saying more because Everybody bought that Switch after everybody bitched about it. Everybody bought it after bitching.
I had to buy one for someone, and they played it a total of 3 times since they got it. 3 times.
Not just that, dude. The little figures, the amiibos, dude. I'm like, all right, cool. They jacked the price of those fuckers up to $80 or $76, and I looked at the display.
For amiibos?
Yeah.
Where are you buying amiibos for $80?
No, I didn't fucking buy these fucking things.
Yeah.
I didn't buy
these.
These.
Are like $20.
Agreed, but they had these special ones at Target.
Were they organic? Were they free roam?
Bro, I don't know. I just looked at it. I was like, damn, that's expensive as shit. Or maybe it was $60. Whatever it was, it wasn't the little $12.99, $15.99. It was expensive as shit. I looked at it.
They did have some multi-packs what they put out where you get like 2 or 3 figures in there and they cost more. I know that.
Maybe. I don't know. But the prices were wild and it was empty. Like the shit was empty. And then I went back today because I had to get something. And the whole display, it was like a 4-sided display in the middle of the floor. Gone.
The Mario.
Gone. They sold the fuck out of it. It ain't nothing left. So you're right. Nintendo fans are crazy and they buy crazy shit. And I don't know why, because
all I have to say is the controllers on the Switch 2, they are broken. They still have drift. They haven't fixed drift after almost 10 years.
Mine don't have drift on the Switch. I got 3 Switches in my house.
You never had drift?
No. Bro, some of us just are long and strong, bro. We don't drift either way. Pause.
If I have to say pause, you know something's wrong.
So this is what we're going to talk about as far as Superman and Fantastic Four go. Last week, we got a report that Fantastic Four had sold the most tickets for their pre-sales in the history of Fandango.
Okay.
And then, as of today, Amazon Prime was selling early access screenings for Superman's if you are a Prime member. So you can actually see the movie like 3 days before it comes out.
Mm-hmm.
And they were selling those through Fandango. And now Superman has now become the #1 selling movie in pre-sale tickets for the first day of advanced ticket sales. So a whole bunch of qualifiers on that. However, Superman is now the leading first day ticket sale.
Who's got the bigger marketing budget? Because it sounds like there's a lot of marketing budgets being spent.
Superman does. It has Barbie level marketing budget.
Yeah, so I mean,
yeah, FF is not.
Yeah, you know what's happening here, right? Yeah. We all know what's happening here, right?
They're just selling a lot of.
This is like the Kanye West 50 Cent thing, right? Who's got the bigger marketing budget? Just go out and buy your own shit. Just keep buying your own shit. You write that off as a marketing expense.
Oh, that's and also, DC has partnered with the Boys and Girls Club of America. If you buy your tickets through Fandango, a portion of your ticket sales goes to the Boys and Girls Club of America.
Yeah, and they're gonna donate. Then how? And they're gonna donate $1 million in tickets too, and they're gonna write that shit off. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's their marketing budget, man. That's how they spend their marketing budget. Just go out there. Just go out there and buy your own shit.
And give away the tickets and write them off again.
Give away tickets, write it off. Marketing budget.
Yeah.
You know, that's what the Christian studios do. They buy all the tickets up, hand them out at church, send them then write it off.
It's not just them. There's certain demographics. I'm not gonna say it because people are gonna cut what I say up and make me look bad with it. But there are demographics that people do.
Which demographics?
None of your business. Go look it up. But it's not one. It's like there's all types of groups that do this. Not just religious groups.
Yes.
There's all different types of groups that do this, and they will go and I'm telling you, like $1 million you'll be like, how the hell they got $1 million? Well, they got it, and they bought tickets, and then you go to the theater, and it's you and nobody at that fucking movie. But they sold 200
out.
Tickets.
But they're sold out. Yeah.
Sold 200 tickets. There's a group over here I ain't gonna say who it is, but there's a group over here, and I've been to some of the movies, and it's
Which
me.
group?
It's me and 4 other people watching it. I'm like, damn, this movie theater's full. Nope, me and 4 people. I'm not saying you people. I'm saying everybody does it. Not you people. What do you mean? I didn't say you people.
What do you mean, you people?
I'd say that.
He means ticket
Great
holders.
time for her to show up right in the middle of it. She's like, God damn,
What's up, Christina?
I don't know what's going on.
I will tell you this though. This comment I think is true. I've kind of was talking to it. Now that we don't have Drunk Pete here, once again, I'd like to elaborate on that, and I think I kind of got Brucifer to agree to it. I think it does, and I think the problem isn't the
with you last week. You just didn't hear it.
Well, I couldn't hear it over Pete screaming about nonsense. I don't think the chat even was like,
reached for his 4th beer.
Yeah, but I think
I don't know what happened last week, but I had some people tell me like, "Where are you?" Because they're fighting on the channel, and there's like some.
We weren't fighting. We're like Pete. That's not what we're saying.
Secondhand information is what I got.
So what I will tell you again is what I said last week. I agree with Barlord on this one. It's not about the ticket sales for this movie, Superman. It is about what the people going home, right? Not the critics, not the page people, but what people who went out and saw the movie, not the DC fanboys that are going to say everything's great. The average person that wants to go watch a superhero movie or just wants to watch a movie, just wants to be entertained. That average person leaving the studio or leaving the theater feels like. If they leave the after spending their money, not getting free tickets, not anything like that, they and their family come out and they're like, okay, cool, I want to see another one of these. It's going to be good. But no matter how much Superman sells, and Fantastic Four for that matter too, if the people don't come out and are like, when's the next one? Not even knowing that Superman's not going to probably even have another movie for 6 to 8 years. You know what I mean? But think about it as Avengers.
Superman 2 is already in development. It was greenlit.
Brucifer, nobody gives a shit. That's what I'm telling you.
I'm telling you, it was greenlit being written. Okay. Because they don't want that long period of time between movies like they did in the past, where you had to wait 5 or 6 years for movies.
But my point is, even if it's 4 years, it doesn't matter how long the wait is. Take Avengers and whatever that thing with between the last little dooms, whatever the last 2 movies were, it was forever between them. People don't care. If you don't have that same type of thing coming out of Superman, it's not going to be good. It just isn't. And that's where you can do success. It doesn't matter, Fandango, who's spending their marketing budget or anything like that. And with that being said, I actually hope DC, and I think Barlord does too, does really well. Stop like Pete was attacking people for saying this comment right here. Like, I think that's a legitimate concern. I think that's a legitimate concern that people care, that they're like, man, if it's this is a gamble.
Regardless if Superman does well or not, which it is, they're pushing through.
You don't know if it is
4 or 5 projects lined up they have to do.
And no, they don't. They just we just covered WB, who decided to write off a bunch of bullshit. So they don't actually have to do them, Bruce. Number 2,
they don't have to release Supergirl, Peacemaker, Lanterns.
They could cut Lantern. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but who's going to watch it? My point again is, you said they're doing well already. That's a misnomer. They aren't doing well already.
I think
nobody's watching it.
Well, I'm talking about merchandising and
once again, you say merchandising, but I will repeat,
been through the roof for this movie. It sells out every time it hit online retailers. With
what sells out? Dog bone comics?
No, shirts and hats, not the niche stuff that we buy.
Bro, I believe that stuff's selling out.
Hold on, Bruce.
Yes.
Bruce.
Go ahead.
Bruce. Who the fuck in the last month, I'll give you, have you seen in the streets wearing the new Superman logo? You're saying shirts and hats.
Quite a few people at Comic-Cons.
Dude, I live at Comic-Cons. Shut the fuck up, you're lying.
I was just at Niagara Falls. A lot of people had Superman merch on.
No. That's not what I asked you. What I asked you was, Who have you seen wearing the new Superman logo merch?
I look in the mirror and see myself wearing it all the time.
Okay, so that's his answer. He thinks as he bought the shit, everybody's wearing it. Okay,
No, but
all right,
seriously,
fair. I mean, that's fair. It's fair.
But
You're
it
seeing-
has been selling out on online retailers until they recently restocked everything and kicked off the promotion a few weeks ago.
So now it's restocked and now it's not selling out, huh?
I didn't say. I said it was. I said when they
So
first started,
got restocked.
Was.
I don't know. Man.
So, if you have Prime, you can buy early tickets for Superman.
Okay.
There are some early screening in select cities. You can see the movie 3 days earlier than anyone.
I've seen a lot on the shelves at Target. Yes, I agree.
So the rest, I don't believe any other. I know we got a new trailer today. I didn't put that in the news. If you want to talk about the trailer, we can do that. I'm sure there's other channels that have probably already broke this down. Looking at
can we talk about honestly? Have you seen the trailer, Dub?
I did see the trailer. Yeah.
This is what I'm worried about. And Barlord, because Barlord seems to be the only person. Christina's fine. She says she's excited. That's fine. But Barlord seems to be level-headed too, and something that I think I'm getting sick and tired of happening to me, and I believe he's probably in the same thing. He can tell us if he's not, is or is not. But when you say, I hope this movie does well, you get attacked. Okay? You get attacked, and you get to hear, I know everybody's wearing Superman's. Okay, cool.
Right. I haven't attacked you
out everywhere. Okay, yeah, okay.
What are you talking about?
Sold out everywhere. But
Marco,
after watching,
sorry, Marco's a victim tonight.
I'm not doing that.
Somebody give him a soy latte.
No, that is not true. I wish that delusional DC fans could have a legitimate conversation about this. After watching that last trailer, was the first time I actually got concerned about this movie. It was the first time I was actually concerned about this movie. Before that, I don't care what people are saying.
After today's trailer?
Yes. The dog pulling him out of snow, the robot, shut up. Okay, whatever. Who's the secret guy? What? None of that. After this trailer, I'm a little bit worried.
I think I know the one spot when he's like, I'm doing important things down here or something, like trying to be funny.
Yeah. Yep.
I knew you were going like that.
Yep. That's the exact thing.
That was a funny lie.
Your fake laugh right there, Bruce, is not going to convince us that's a funny
lie.
No, dude. This guy's over here. No, that was not funny. And that's.
I thought it was funny.
That's the problem then, because I don't think the general population is going to think that's great.
I think the same people that found the jokes funny in Guardians will find
that's not
jokes funny.
Absolutely no. I think you're wrong. I think you're trying. They're always trying to refer to this as Guardians of the Galaxy. First off, it's not. And Guardians hit because people didn't know the characters. You could find people in there. Drax was very good. The Star-Lord dance scene was good. And you had Groot, in which, by the way, Gunn doing the Groot thing in the pot is really what did well. I do not think that you can keep comparing this to this. Mind you, the next Guardian of the Galaxy after Guardian of the Galaxy 1 wasn't really that good, and those jokes did not play well. They did not. They didn't. It just did not do that well.
I just think that
the concept of the Eagle's father. If you want to know, since you want to keep bringing up Guardians, if you want to bring it up, his father, Star-Lord's father, that was a huge miss. It made no sense. That whole movie was pretty much trash. The next one, when you got 3, I think by the time that came out, nobody cared anymore. And the jokes, by the way, were not hitting like they were in 1. And now we're starting to see that go over to Superman. And by the way, Dub, when was Guardians of the Galaxy 1 out? Wasn't that 2012? 2000.
I was going to say 10, but yeah, maybe 12.
Yeah. So we're talking about jokes that were funny 12 years ago. Well,
Guardians 3
ain't funny, and he's got to have people fake laugh like Bruce just did about that joke you just told a minute ago. The shit ain't funny, right?
It was funny.
How it's gonna go. Just like that. It's gonna go like Dan Cook's career. Garbage. There it is.
I think it's regardless of what's in this movie, you're gonna have people mad They're going to be mad that it's not dark DC like it was, and they're going to have people mad that there's too many jokes.
I don't think those. No,
Superman.
Bruce, I don't think those are the people that it matters for, anyways. That's not what I'm saying. Like, once again, I think you're missing what I'm saying. Those people, I don't care. The haters that are never going to watch it and just hate on the internet are going to do that no matter what. The ones that are going to say it's the greatest thing ever are going to do that no matter what. It's the other people. Those people, as he said, where's those people? You people. Those people. Who's not a comedian?
Superman. He's a Boy Scout, not a comedian.
Yeah. But I think the people that you have to impress with it are Gen Pop. And I just don't know if that line, like Dub was saying, is a Gen Pop line right now. Like,
so here, you talk about like the Gen Pop having to laugh or finding that funny or not. So the Venom movies did well. The Venom movies did well because they had those terrible, like, frat boy humor jokes,
crude,
loaded all the way through.
Peacemaker's the perfect example of crudeness.
Peacemaker's the same way,
crude,
but they're different. They're different level of joke. But general population loved Venom, right? The Venom movies did well. Even the last one did. It was #1 for at least a week.
Yes.
Yeah. So if they put a ridiculous amount of that humor in this movie, then that's definitely not going to work. If it's sprinkled in there, if that wasn't meant to be funny and it was just something he says, like it could work. But if they try to over saturate it with, like, try to be Star-Lord.
But here's the thing. I think once again, in those situations, almost to Matt's point, in those situations where you have Venom, which you're expecting to be raunchy, you know what I mean? When you have Peacemaker.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it to be raunchy.
Well, yeah, some of the shit was raunchy in there. But Peacemaker, 100% raunchy. But good. I'm not saying that in a bad way. Like, you just take it for what it is. That's fine. Like, that's what that's supposed to be. But, like, I don't know, man. Once again, I have no clue what the normal people's perception of Superman is. But telling raunchy jokes might not be what they want to see out of them. Same thing with Fantastic Four, which, by the way, Fantastic Four, for those people that don't know, tells raunchy jokes like that. Johnny Storm, right? And that honestly has not played well in the past. It just hasn't played well. When they had Captain America,
I don't think Gunn would risk doing raunchy jokes in Superman. I don't think that's going to be the case at all. I don't think he'll have Clark Kent or Superman do raunchy jokes. Guy Gardner, yes.
I don't know. I mean, funny is one thing. It just depends on what type of funny, though. I mean, what's funny to probably Matt is it probably funny to, somebody else. I don't think the general population would find the same humor. I'm not like what I think is funny. I don't think
it's a general population that turned on DC after Man of Steel and BBS. How serious and dark it was.
BBL.
Batman versus Superman.
Oh, it's
BBS.
People say, okay, well, I wouldn't even know that was a thing. I don't know. Either way, I mean, I hope the best for both. I really do. It'd be great to have Iron Man 1 success out of both of these things.
I hope they both do well.
I do. I just think that's not the odds of that happening are not with us.
There's a movement, super fantastic. Go watch both in the same day. Because there's only a 2-week gap between Fantastic Four and Superman.
A movement?
Which one comes out first?
Superman comes out first.
Okay.
And then Fantastic Four. And 2 weeks before Superman is Jurassic Park.
I mean, hey, if they got it's hopefully it's hot. I'll give you this. Hopefully it's hot as fuck outside. When they all
we're due. Yeah, we are due with them.
Hopefully it's hot as fuck outside. Because you know what I mean? Like,
I hope, yeah. Well, let's move on from Superman and Fantastic Four into other movie news. So this guy, Jonathan Davis, has been cast as Snoop Dogg in a new Snoop Dogg biopic movie. And in other news, there's going to be a Snoop Dogg biopic movie coming out. I did not know that was a movie, and this is happening. So for
who's
you,
who's gonna play Martha Stewart?
I love how Snoop has rewritten the history of Snoop, and I wonder what this will look like. I think we forget sometimes that Mr. Calvin Brodix here was like 16 when he first started doing stuff, 17, and you see him riding in his bicycle in a Penguin jersey when he's 19. I also think he has retold some stories that I know because some people are dead and some people are in jail, but that's not how those went. So I would imagine this is going to be a very interesting biopic. And I think although Bruce was joking about Martha Stewart, I assume that we'll see a lot of Martha Stewart and a lot of like him coaching a Pop Warner football team and doing all this great stuff for the community and saving hip hop.
Nothing early.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be early, but he's gonna play like it's gonna be. I assume it's gonna be a lot like what was that guy's name? The movie they did with the guy who played for the Baltimore Ravens,
Ray Lewis,
Michael Orr.
Oh,
yeah. I think we're gonna see a little bit of fabric because I've heard Snoop Drizzle now tell his retelling of his story, including his death row days and previous to that.
What I don't know about this movie is if this is an authorized biography or not. This could be.
Oh, he's going to get paid off of this.
Yeah, but does he have creative control of any kind?
I mean, if you're going to use his name, I'd assume that they do, right?
Maybe.
What was Jonathan Davis in?
I looked this up and then I don't know.
Yeah. That's the one, Bar Lord. Yeah.
Jonathan Davis has been
paying him in weed.
No, he pays them in weed.
Yeah.
He doesn't need anybody else's weed.
I mean, I think the one thing that really got Snoop shook and started to retell his history was the plane ride, the Death Row Tupac plane ride that was shown at one point. And he really has started to change around his narrative around what's going on. So I just think and also too, like the East Side ain't got no love for Death Row, like that speech, he has a new perspective on what he was actually saying to the crowd, which, I mean, we lived through that. We saw what he said at the awards, man. We knew what he was doing there. Anyways, I mean, I'll probably still watch it, but
Jonathan Davis was in a show. Is in a show called Outer Banks. Okay. That's his biggest thing. And this movie is being released by Universal Pictures and Death Row Pictures.
Death Row, yeah. And for the people that don't know, Snoop bought Death Row. And by the way, his opinion after he bought Death Row from Suge is he has a different opinion on Suge. Not such a bad guy anymore. So,
all right. Well, let's we'll keep you updated when we find out more about this movie and what how much of Snoop Dogg they're actually going to tell us about. So James Gunn told us that he is he didn't tell us he is, but there is a Wonder Woman movie being written right now.
What does that mean?
And it's separate, that somebody is writing a Wonder Woman movie, and it's not necessarily him. But this is separate from the Paradise Lost HBO series, which
sounds a lot like Star Wars.
Yeah, not really coming out. It's not really being worked on very quickly, but it's still moving along. The Paradise Lost project. Wonder Woman is a separate movie.
Yeah. I would be very careful how much we're going to get our excitement up for a lot of this stuff. For those that don't remember, the Star Wars Catherine Kennedy wall, where she had 18 projects behind her, and to this day, and that was like, I don't know, 8 years ago, and to this day, like 2 of them have been made. they all had titles and writers and this and that and the other thing. And well, we got the Mandalorian. So,
well, I mean, again, this goes back to the Superman thing. We'll see how well Superman does, and then these other projects. Clayface is in the works. Brave and the Bold is in the works.
I want Clayface.
Sergeant Rock.
Well, that's kind of on hold now, isn't it?
Yeah, they
go back on hold.
Yeah, because of I forgot what actor they had.
So Daniel Craig, and then he was out. Then Colin Farrell, and then he was out.
Yeah, Colin Farrell scheduled didn't line up with the timeline, so they had to push it back production till next year.
But I mean, this is not a surprise. Not to me that they're making a Wonder Woman movie of some kind. Like, it just makes sense. You need a Batman, you need a Wonder Woman, you need a Superman, right?
Yep.
I mean, those are the ones that you got to have, and the Batman is coming to us in the form of the Brave and the Bold.
Yep.
So that's going to be Batman and Damian's story. So,
you have to if they want DC to succeed, they have to do DC's tentpole characters, the Trinity.
Right.
There's no getting around it.
They got to do them somehow, some way, and probably more than one way, like this Wonder Woman with the Paradise Lost, and a separate movie.
As long as they find someone else besides Gal Gadot.
Yeah, I think she's done with Wonder Woman. They're probably gonna. I mean, there's going towards younger actors that can play these characters for a while versus casting the next big thing or the current big actor.
And also the whole thing is keeping the budget down, so we'll get streaming stars. We're not going to get big name actors for these projects anymore.
That makes sense. Makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
I mean, that's what they always should be doing. So
I agree. You don't need to spend $100 million for RDJ to show up as Doom. It's ridiculous.
Absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, it doesn't matter who's behind the mask.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
All right. So in other movie news, a new Care Bears movie is in the works. That's right. The Care Bear Stare is going to come back to movie theaters all around the world. It's in development at Warner Brothers, and Care Bears had a movie before in 1985. It was called the Care Bears movie.
And that's where we got the Care Bear cousins.
Yeah, so many Care Bears, so many toys they could sell off of that.
But it's I can see a lot of controversy around this. The colors of the rainbow, bears, kids,
yeah.
And it's gonna be live action, so I don't know how this is gonna work.
Is this supposed to be live action?
Supposed to be live action.
Oh, I figured it was gonna be like a 3D animated CGI kind of thing.
I figured they're gonna do
like
a Sonic thing where it's real world.
CGI and real world.
I don't know if kids remember them, but I remember them.
No, they still make toys, and they do some things out there still with Care Bears. They haven't completely gone away. I've seen some Hello Kitty, Care Bear crossover type things like plushies and things. So
this tells you how much I go through the toy section of Walmart. I gotta ask Marco. He's always in the toy section, getting harassed by some random person.
Yeah, he's with his clipboard. All right. We have to talk about Alien Romulus for a second because we are getting a sequel to this movie probably sooner than we thought. The director Fede Alvarez said pre-production's already underway. First scenes are going to be shot in October. We don't have a release date yet, but it looks like summer of 2026. So it's going to be relatively quick from production to release. And I didn't even know they were planning that this was already in production. So
I didn't think they would do a second one after that first movie.
Yeah. I was excited to see the movie. Then I saw that last trailer. Then I was out because it was more of a horror movie than it was. I mean, way too much more horror than it was Alien for me. I know the original movies were horror movies. I get it, but not so much.
My problem with Alien Romulus is that I didn't care about the characters. I wanted them all to die. And it is pretty much turned into a greatest hits of scenes from other Alien movies. There was a lot of stuff taken from Alien Resurrection in this movie.
That doesn't sound fun. I am looking forward to Alien Earth, which is going to be on FX.
Yeah.
So that's coming out soon. Oh, there you
Yeah,
go. That's just like what you said. Yeah.
yeah,
Greatest hits.
Alien Earth trailer was amazing.
Yeah, that looks so good. We're going to be talking about that we're going to do a thumbs up down on that every week.
Yep.
So there's a battle going on currently for the rights to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Jordan Peele wants it. Paramount wants it. Glenn Powell and A24 want it. Netflix wants it. There's all these different people interested. Legendary Pictures have had the rights. They made a movie in 2022 on Netflix. They never made a sequel. The rights have now gone back to Exerbia Films, which is run by Pat Cassidy, and he's one of the original screenwriters from the original movie. So he has the rights again, and I'm sorry, Kim Henkel maybe as well. Anyway, there's a bunch of people interested in this. We'll keep you updated on who ends up with the rights to this, because currently the rights are being shopped, I guess. So
I just hope A24 or Jordan Peele gets it. This way you can get a different take, a more updated horror take.
Who's A24?
A24 has done Talk to Me, The Lighthouse.
Okay, can I ask? You guys are gonna hate this, but I'm not a big I like D-rate horror, but I was never a big fan of this jump horror or whatever they call this stuff.
Slasher horror.
Yeah. What So this is just a serial killer with a chainsaw, or is this guy that wears a mask, or what's the deal with this guy?
This is based on a true story. Well, based on the serial killer with Ed Gaines, I believe, or something like that. It's actually based on the franchise based on a true story.
Okay, that didn't help me at all. Thank you for fucking not answering, Bruce. Go ahead, Dub.
I don't have an answer for you because I don't watch any of these movies. So
okay.
I'm just I don't watch slasher movies. I don't watch jump scare movies. I don't watch. Very little horror is in my repertoire.
It's a backwoods family that kills people that get lost in the woods, pretty much.
Okay.
Lost on the roads.
All right. Here. So Jason, but is he like Jason where he's like a abused kid or something, or it's like the family in the
It's a family inbreds.
Yeah. So the zombie movie. What's his name? The guy that plays
Hills Have Eyes.
Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. Yeah. Fair enough.
Yep.
Thank you for answering that, Bruce. Appreciate it.
That's what I'm here for. I have a
wealth of knowledge after we fucking pull it out of you.
Knowledge that is useless.
Yeah. Okay.
Jeez. That's why I'm gonna be doing Jeopardy on my channel.
Oh, sounds fun.
Oh, Jeopardy. That sounds good. Yeah. So Fallout is coming to Halloween Horror Nights. So this is the Fallout that's based on Universal Studios. It will be in Hollywood and Orlando, and it's going to be based on the television show version of Fallout. So that's what they take the TV version and they kind of make the holiday houses out of that. I saw another one on there too. Five Nights at Freddy's, I believe, is another one that they've announced.
Oh, people are gonna love that, bro.
Yeah, so you have two. Those are the two that I saw that were announced so far. Usually as it gets by the end of the summer, they'll have all of next month or two they'll have all of them announced, but they take their time. I've gone to a bunch of these Halloween Horror Nights, which is funny because I told you I don't like horror, but I don't. But I've gone to a bunch of these because of Last of Us and Stranger Things, and I think there was a Silence of the Lambs one. Ooh. And those were the ones that we. I mean, you end up going to all of them.
She doesn't like horror, but she loves horror. She does.
She goes for the one thing, and then she just goes to the rest of them because she's already there.
Yeah.
I'm following her. My hands are on her shoulders, and my eyes are closed through one of those houses. She makes fun of me every time, but that's usually what happens. All right, we have a couple of bits of streaming news we can talk about. And we're going to go. There's a new Steven Universe series in the works. Steven Universe, I believe, was a Cartoon Network thing. And it's called Steven Universe, Lars of the Stars. And it's being developed for Prime Video. I put this in here in case Zaggy was watching or when he watched on the replay. So, because he's the only one that probably this applies to. I never watched any of this. Me neither. Stranger Things Tales from 85 is a new animated series set between seasons 2 and 3, inspired by the real Ghostbusters and the Spider-Verse movies and Arcane. So it's an animated show. I don't know how many episodes it is, but this is also coming as well as the final season of Stranger Things.
I just don't understand. Yeah, I mean, cool.
Understand what?
Well, I just, besides Bruce, who's still watching this, like it had such a huge following in the beginning, and then if you asked me if the show was still going on or if they're producing new stuff for it, I would say, yeah, no, nobody watches anymore. But apparently they do. Apparently they have a fan base for it.
Well, the last season was amazing.
Wait, so it's over or it's still going
on? The final season starts in November. Then second part is in December, and then the third part is in January.
It's New Year's Eve. Yeah, it goes the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's gonna be the final season. And I did watch the previous seasons, and I did enjoy them. And I know the original season came out 10 years ago or whatever, but
years. Wow, good for them.
I don't know how long ago it was, but it was good. I'm sorry.
Not kids anymore, huh? They're all adults now.
Yeah, they're all like adults making adult movies now. I think the one girl's married now. I think.
Yeah, she got married.
Yeah, she's married to John Bon Jovi.
Well, they're adults in the show then too, right? Or no?
I think they're still kids.
Yeah, still kids.
How the fuck does that work?
The same way the cast of 90210 was in their 30s and they were playing high schoolers. It works.
No, that shit didn't work. That shit work.
Andre was like 50. Come on.
What was that one dude? What was his name?
Which one?
The Fonzie knockoff. What was his name?
Oh, Luke Perry.
Yeah, that dude was like, everybody knew that dude was 50. Shannon Doherty already had nice movies in Playboy by that point. Like,
they haven't had teenagers play these roles in a long time.
Yeah. Nope.
All right. We're going to talk about some gaming news. Please. As spoiled earlier, the Nintendo Switch was set records on its initial 3.5 million units were sold globally in the first 4 days. The fastest selling Nintendo game system.
That's a lot of idiots. A lot of idiots.
How much was it?
The system itself, 500.
Is it backwards compatible for all the Switch games?
There are 150 games that are not compatible, I believe.
Well, I guess Mario Kart.
And then the games are anywhere between $80 and $90.
Yeah.
To replace a Joy-Con is $90 retail.
No, they've never been cheap to replace that shit, anyways.
Yeah, I know. There's not very much. There's a half a dozen games out. I mean, probably a little more than that if you count all the third-party games and stuff. But there's not very many games out there. The one that I've noticed playing is the Mario Kart game, and the Mario Kart game is supposed to be really detailed and pretty fantastic, as far as I know.
I will say this: anybody that bought the Mario Kart bundle, you do not get a game. You do not get a physical game. You get a code. You do not.
Yeah, but that's every system combo game that they've sold. Even the last Mario Kart, if you bought it with the system, it was just a code. The Animal Crossing didn't even come with the code.
Really?
Yeah, it's been a code for a long time for Nintendo stuff. All the Switch stuff. I don't think you ever got a cartridge with any of the bundle packs.
So the biggest selling point for this is it has a bigger screen. It's slightly better graphic wise. They opening up the GameCube library for it again. And what else? What else is the other? You get what they call data cards. Well, you buy the data card, put it in the Switch, and you still have to download the game because the game is not on the data card. Oh,
yeah.
And you can talk to people now. And you can buy a camera. You can see people, which is weird. Why would any parent want their kid to have a camera on the goddamn?
Dude, I will tell you, a parent of kids, the Switch does not make it like friendly. We can't hook up. My kids can't play a lot of stuff on the regular Switch because they need the internet for it. And our kids will never, when they start paying bills, they can start using the internet like that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it sucks. It sucks because like even something like Animal Crossing, which part of it game requires internet, they ask for the entire access, and you cannot regulate who's like, even in parental codes, you cannot regulate who is contacting your child.
Yeah.
So,
true.
On Animal Crossing.
If you want to, no, hold on, you're misunderstanding. In Animal Crossing, there's an access that you have to allow for the so they can play
to go
with
visit
else.
other people's islands.
Right. When you do that, it's not like it's just for Animal Crossing.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You have to unlock it for everything, and once you do that, there's no going back. So like,
I see.
It's just there's.
Yep.
I mean,
I
get it that I sound like grumpy old men, but my kids will be okay. They'll be okay.
I agree with you.
You haven't said anything that I disagree with.
No, I mean, it's a hard world out there, but like, that's why like people to this day, they still are like, and I'm not one of those like, no, they don't get any screen time, or like as they get older, they get less screen. You know what I mean? Like our kids, I think, get a little bit too much screen time, but they still get screen time. They still earn it. It still goes through it, but they are not allowed. And I'm not telling parents how to parent, but I'm going to say this again. I spent a lot of time mentoring youth, and you can tell which kids are allowed to have that type of access. You can tell. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say.
And Nintendo needs to get rid of that goddamn friend code. Nobody wants to sit there and type in a friend code.
They do that shit at Xbox too. Everybody's got that shit. Mine is Briny Stew 12394 or some shit.
Yeah, but it's easier. You can just like 5, whatever your username is. Friend code is like 20 digits or 20 letters or whatever it is.
Yeah, but that's part of that is to protect like people, so they're not random people like talking to you and joining.
Yeah, I think they do that with
the friend code.
I think they do that with Xbox too. Yeah.
For kids, I don't know what they.
But I'll tell you this: it doesn't because Dub. What happens is, like when you do that, then you can get like with Minecraft and Roblox. Roblox is like the biggest violator of this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Roblox.
Yeah, those games I don't know what. Those are non-Nintendo games, so I don't know. Like the playing online. I mean, I played online on PlayStation before, so I know what it's like playing online. I get what you're saying.
Bro, yeah.
Dude,
online is wild.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember I had a mom scream at me when I was telling a kid, who's letting you play this game? It was COD. And I'm like, who's letting you play this game? It was a 6-year-old. And the mom got on there. What the bleep did you say? I'm like, all right, man. Like, I was like, can your kid hear? And she's like, yeah, why? I go, you're not going to want your child to hear what I'm about to tell you.
Yeah, when I used to play Call of Duty back in the early days of freaking Black Ops and Modern Warfare, those kids were out of control.
Bro, Bruce?
They were wild.
No, Bruce, it is way worse. Bruce, it is so, I will tell you, I mean, it's tough sometimes. Like I would try to start muting mics, mute mics a lot. And I would just because I like, the call outs and stuff, but get into a general thing. First off, you're going to hear slurs within 2 seconds and they'll come everything out from a 6-year-old to a 60-year-old. You will hear it just out there. And like, then some of the crudest, I mean, it's just terrible. And then what people talk about, you're like, what is, man, does nobody have a job ever? Like that's the worst ever. Like, you know, I was busted up a little bit, and because I'm self-employed, because I own a couple businesses, like you don't get time paid off, but you gotta rest up. I think I was on a 4-day rest up, so I was grinding, and holy hell, man, just all day long. And the people and what they're saying, and you're like, dude, do you guys not have jobs? And they're like, what about you? And I'm like, yeah, I'm actually hurt. And the stuff they start talking about, you're like, oh no, you don't actually own, like you're an entrepreneur that doesn't entrepreneur anything. So it's wild, but feel free. And the amount of times motherfuckers don't replace their batteries in the fire
in the smoke detectors.
Holy shit. Like, dude, call building maintenance, because you know it's in apartments. Just call building maintenance, have them do it for you. I know your fat ass doesn't want to get up from playing video games. They do that. So anyways,
I remember I had a friend, we used to play Call of Duty together, and he used to play a lot. I mean, a lot. And we were playing one day. All we heard was his wife come home. I left this morning at 6 a.m. Yeah. You still sitting there. The kids are still in their pajamas. The dishes are still in the sink. Oh my! It was so.
How about the feed the baby? Have you had that one yet?
No.
The fucking baby's crying shit. All of a sudden, why don't you? The baby's hungry. What? Just give me one more. We're in the middle. Like, dude, put down the controller. Go feed your baby, dude. Like your wife, girlfriend, whatever it is yelling at you. But like, it's sad. If you ever want to see some of the saddest parts of America, just get on fucking CO COD and join a random group. You'll find it real quick.
We would play online on the PlayStation. I told you a lot, and my wife plays, games at FPS, like some of those kind of games. And I'm not very good at that, but we were on there one time, and somebody, even with the headset on, there was a baby crying the whole time, like literally the whole time the baby is crying. And I think, I don't know if I said it or my wife said it. One of us were like, man, somebody should go take care of that baby. And then it went out on the thing. And then all of a sudden there's a woman who was not playing the game. Who are you? Who the hell do you think you are? What's your address? And she started yelling at my wife about, the baby being, about the baby crying. And literally the whole time the baby was crying, like the whole round. I don't know what it was. And she yelled at us for saying something about it. Yeah, nobody was.
I've given my public address out before on those. Stop on by. Stop on by. You ain't going no place. You can't even afford a bus ticket out of your house. You ain't coming to nothing.
All right. Speaking of games,
there was a Instagram video where this woman was recording, and she told her son that he's done. He's been on Fortnite for 2 days. You need to get a job. She cut the internet off. What are you? He starts yelling at his mom, and just see him rolling up the stairs. Big boy rolling up the stairs. She locks the door. He kicks her door open. Kicks her door in. Breaks the door to turn the internet on. He was like, if you turn it off again, I'm going to kill you. I was like, how do you have someone in your house like that?
No, you don't. Not anymore.
Nope.
It might be in the backyard someplace, but they ain't going to be in the house anymore.
Well, I wonder if that kid's still playing Fortnite.
He probably is. Yeah.
Because if he is, he'll be able to have crypto. In Fortnite. Reportedly, he will be coming into the game as a pet companion. Apparently, there are other companions that will be in there, like certain droids from space opera franchises. But crypto is the big one that allegedly is coming as well. And I'm not sure if they do anything, but crypto will be flying next to you or being with you whenever you do stuff. So I don't know if this is the first, but crypto's never been in Fortnite before, so
I don't believe so.
Star Wars has.
They just added Superman and Robin.
Oh yeah, well, isn't the new Superman, right?
Yeah, the new Superman, and they added Tim Drake.
Oh, I do like Tim Drake.
The best Robin.
There's a new DLC coming for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. It's called The Order of Giants, and this will be out September 4th. This game has gotten like a lot of good reviews and a lot of good press. People really, really like this game, and I'm glad they're making more stuff for it to keep it going.
Sweet.
Nice.
Game of Thrones, War of Westeros will be coming out for PC in 2026. It's a real-time strategy game where you're going to be able to take control of a house.
Nice.
Stark house, Lannister house, and then a lot of battles and political things. You can.
Oh, I love that shit. This is me all day.
You can be the Night King and go after Jon Snow, that kind of stuff.
Hold on, though. Is it going to be based off the books or the TV show?
That I don't know. It's probably going to be my guess is a blend. Is usually what they do with stuff like this. Take a little bit of both. Some of the stuff I saw, like this, looks like Jon Snow, right? I mean,
yeah,
it's like a digitized Jon Snow. So I mean, it's going to have TV show stuff in it. So.
Well, yeah,
like hold on. That's just break scenes or whatever. That could be like
cutscenes
thing. That doesn't mean it's going to be the actual, because it sounds like kind of like a Civ or something like that, which I love. So I'm down.
Yeah, I don't know what it's going to be like. I just read about this, so as more information comes out, I will let you know.
Well, maybe I'll give up streaming and start playing this game instead, because it sounds like it's going to take up a lot of time.
Mm-hmm. And then one more bit of gaming news is we are getting an Invincible fighting game made by Skybound. Here's just a few screenshots that were released, and it's just like it looks like a side-scrolling Street Fighter type game with a bunch of Invincible characters in it.
I'm out.
Looks like a shittier one.
It's horrible. It's clunky. It's looks like a 90s Mortal Kombat game.
Yeah. It looks like a 90s game, absolutely. Like a 90s game, like on Sega Genesis or something, like not even like an arcade game.
It's where Mortal Kombat was, jackass.
What?
Mortal Kombat was on Genesis after they came out on arcade.
Yeah. So the graphics look like Genesis, not arcade, is what I said.
They look the same. Midway's product looked the same when they were okay.
They did not.
No.
Arcade graphics are.
What Genesis you had?
Yeah. What, you have the Sega Master System playing Street Fighter or something?
Absolutely. Yeah. No, I was talking about Mortal Kombat. They look the same. Anyways,
let's talk about some comics. We are getting, Jimmy Palmiotti says that if you buy a Jonah Hex omnibus and you bring it to him at a show, he will do a sketch for you for free in this omnibus.
Oh, wow.
So this is a hardcover that collects All-Star Western 0 through 34. I believe this is the new 52 stuff.
Yeah, the new 52.
Yeah. So if you buy this omnibus, which is, probably going to be like $100, I'm guessing, we'll do a sketch for you.
Can you, if you take the new 52 stuff to him, can you get a refund?
I don't believe that's part of the deal.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
He is really pushing this because he wants more omnibuses. Omnibus to be released. So that's kind of cool. It's kind of a cool thing for a creator to throw out there that will do a sketch for you inside. Marvel has announced 8 exclusive artists for their Stormbreakers. So I never knew what this meant, but it means it's a multi-year exclusive deals, and the Marvel will promote them and put them on quote-unquote higher profile projects.
Yeah, they started a long time ago.
They've been doing this for a long time. It was called the Young Guns, and then Stormbreakers. I know like different artists have been part of this. Here's a list of some of them that will, or the 8 that were chosen for this year. Gurihiro is on there, but Neto Diaz, Alessandro Capuccio, Juan Frigeri, Luciano Vecchio.
The draw Storm. That's always been draw.
Hasn't Vecchio been around for years now?
That doesn't mean that they haven't been around for years, because
Simone DeMeo has been around forever.
Yeah,
but now
it just means that they're going to get like a long-term contract.
Exclusive to Marvel.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they have to do an exclusive Marvel contract for a
Mhm.
few years. So these are your next years or multiple years worth of Stormbreakers. We are getting Iron Fist. Danny Rand is coming back. It will be an Iron Fist, the Undead Iron Fist. Return of Danny Rand and explore the lore of the Iron Fist legacy.
They dropped the ball with that last Iron Fist. That was such a good idea. And now they bringing back Danny Rand. Man.
Yeah.
Hmm.
We got some new printings coming.
I just don't care enough.
Yeah, Danny Rand. The World to Come. This is a Dan Panosian cover, and then a 1 in 25 variant with Joe Quesada's pencils. This has the first new quote Black Panther.
Peter Momoka in 2020 was a Stormbreaker. I knew she was there someplace.
Yeah,
it was 2020. Yeah,
that's when she was exclusive to Marvel for a while, right?
Yep. She 80,000 covers, man.
Yeah, every cover. Yeah, is she still exclusive? I wonder.
No,
for Marvel,
5 years. Yeah, so probably not.
Probably not.
But this Joe Quesada 1 in 25 is interesting, although it's just pencils, but it is Quesada.
Joey Q's been coming back and making some good covers and stuff, man. Good for him.
That 1 in 25 will be $80 day one.
This is Ultimate Spider-Man 17 second printing. Speaking of Peach Momoko, and then Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion #1. It's a second printing by Sarah Pichelli.
I think she was a Stormbreaker too at one point, wasn't she?
I think so. Absolute Batman #2, 5th printing. Absolute Wonder Woman #2, 4th printing. Absolute Superman #2, 3rd printing. And these are your covers. And with that, we wrap up the news.
Well, I think that's all we needed was leaving some bad taste in our mouth with those fucking.
Yeah, sorry. Maybe I should do new printings first. That's usually what I finish with.
Yeah, I'm glad people are saying that. I've been wanting to say something about it, but I don't know how people feel about Joey Q. I'll tell you, because like he got lazy and started at one point doing like these 1 in 100s and 1 in 50s that were just the black and white version. You probably got to blame him for doing the stupid 1 in 100 like versions. But
I mean, that's what he's doing now. It's a black and white of a previously released cover, I think.
That's what he used to do back in the day. People loved them, though.
Yeah. I mean,
but yeah, I mean, after he was the editor in chief for a while, I didn't know how everybody felt about him. I'll tell you, he definitely is a decent artist. Like I like his stuff. I think a lot of times people are surprised when they see Joey Q stuff and like, oh wow, I actually like that. He's good at it. I won't say that his initiative. I mean, he does have the Stormbreaker initiative under his belt. That is who started that. So, but his other initiative of like major event after major event and lying to everybody saying only have one event a year and they turn into one large ass event like this Doom thing for every year. That's Joey Q. So
like the event that will change the Marvel universe will never be the same again.
New number one, newer number, new.
Yeah, relaunch. Yeah,
that is Q stuff too. So I didn't know that people would still have such a positive reception for him when he gets back into drawing.
Back into drawing. Yeah.
Dub, did you see this? Did you know I got this?
Nope, I don't even know what that is.
It's the Turtle sticker cards. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah,
they made new ones or the OG?
These are the OG ones. It's a whole unopened box. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it.
Now you need the book to go with it. So is that the one with the stickers with the books? No.
Yeah, maybe.
Or is it just packs of stickers?
No, I think it's the stickers that with the books. Maybe I don't know. I can't remember what they were. The price was right. It was $1.
Nice. That's the best. That's
that works.
It was a gift, actually. It wasn't even $1. Which was nice because they're going for like $100 and something. So, anyways, thank you, Bruce, for being on. I know Pete's got some stuff, so maybe we'll have you back on every once in a while. Shout out to a certain guy. who should be on sooner than later. I need to get back a hold of him because I left him hanging. But he's got a bunch of stuff coming out, including he hired Tony for some work, so we're definitely gonna have to talk to him about that. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna read the manga, but whatever. And yeah, thanks for everybody in the chat. Dub, you got anything else?
Check out Absolute Geek tomorrow night. The Off the Mat podcast will be live at 9:00 for all of your latest and greatest in wrestling news.
Nice.
Check out who won the Money in the Bank contest. That was last weekend. I haven't even seen it yet.
Okay.
Dollar Bin Digging might be tomorrow. Friday night at 9:00 is the Hot 10, CBSI Hot 10 list. And then immediately following that, it's Qualified. Saturday night will be the Saturday Night Special. I don't know if you saw last week's show, but was the return episode of somebody who hasn't been on the show in a while.
Well, he actually was on this show last week.
Ah, dang it.
And the Qualified is doing.
Yeah, we don't watch our own content.
The Qualified is doing a spotlight on Innovation Comics this week.
Innovation? Oh wow,
that's something.
The Anne Rice and the On a Pail of Horse and Quantum Leap.
Quantum Leap. I love Quantum Leap, the TV show.
I was a huge fan of that show.
Stargazers.
Sunday night, you can check out the Tales from the Dark Side.
Show. As Meyer said, how the shit has that thing been going for over 5 years? I don't know, but we're gonna still have it
somehow, some way. Monday night is the Wednesday watch list. That's where you'll know what Pete's picks are for covers of the week, and
so you'll know what not to buy because it's all trash.
He will also tell you what he likes, what he doesn't like, and all the stuff coming out the following week. So chock full of information. And then Bruce, what do you got coming up?
Tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern, my On the Hunt series, episode 16 releases, where I spotlight DCU logo variants, the rarity, and what they're selling for, and how many on the census. Nice. And then Friday, I have what is it called? Off the Shelf. Friday, I have Off the Shelf, where I bring on random YouTubers and we show off our week pickups for the week, and just like I call it my virtual LCS, because everybody gathers just to talk comics. And then Sunday is the other comic book show where we go over reviews of comics, my top 10 covers of the upcoming week for New Comic Book Day, and always getting a very healthy supply of FOC books. It's not me just looking at the website. These are actual books I pick off FOC that I think is going to be hot and interesting.
Wait, so you don't just go on the internet and look at pictures of stuff coming out and then just make up stuff about it as you go along?
No, I don't do that. I actually put time and effort into going through the FOC list and reading what each issue is about.
Reading?
Yes, reading.
We read. So you do some research and you present.
We do research.
Wow, that's just amazing.
Reading's fundamental.
I know. It's
okay, so that's good. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. But here's the deal. I saw briefly something in one of the chats. I don't know, probably the big one, because I don't really read the shit that's in that chat. The boys, Brucifer. Tell me who else. Brucifer, Sticks. Is that it?
Yes.
Okay. They're up for something that you got to vote for.
Oh,
it's like the Metro Times list or something like that.
The Metrosexual, Variety, whatever.
You know what Metro Times is? Do you know what Metro Times is, Bruce?
I have no idea what Metro Times is.
Metro Times is it's a local rag around here that you'd find in bars and everything. And you'd vote
you can't find me in bars.
No, but you'd vote for like best like DJ, best club, best whatever, best pizza. So
there's a comic book awards, for best show, best series, best beard, which stuff like that.
That's weird as fuck, but okay.
It is weird. Best hands, best community artist.
Okay. Pause. I was not trying to get into all this. I was just saying, no, I'm not gonna. But whatever, where can they vote for you and Sticks?
Community, what's it comicbookawards.com, I believe it is, or cbawards.com. You can go and vote for your favorite shows there, your favorite personalities, if you want.
Okay, I don't do that. Just go vote for Brucifer and Sticks. Okay, sounds good.
An Absolute Geek if you want.
Is Absolute Geek in there?
I don't know. I'd
You can
vote
be
for him
nominated.
anyway. Nominate
Who's
him.
in there? I thought
No,
Sticks
it's all
and
nominations.
Bruce.
Right now,
It's
it's the
nominations.
nomination phase.
Yes, it's 3
You can
months of
nominate-
nominations.
I definitely didn't read the chat then.
Obviously, yeah.
I thought you guys were up for something. Okay, well, don't vote for shit then. Fuck voting. All right.
Fuck voting.
Thank you, everybody. I'm out. Anybody else?
Thanks
got
for
anything
hanging
you
out.
wanna add?
No, I think that's I think we covered it.
All right, cool. Sounds
Thanks
good.
for hanging out. See you guys next week.
Yeah, we're gonna end this.
Maybe